Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba.
Three guys and a bear have officially begun the season. And here's Coach Grendor. He's rising from his tomb.
After 10,000 years, I'm free.
He's
It's time to
alive.
conquer Earth.
He's got a theme song.
Football, everybody.
Alpha, bring me 5 teenagers with attitude. Sorry. Continue.
5
Football.
teenagers with
Great
attitude.
song.
Why did they need attitude?
I don't know. And if you watch the first episode of Mighty Morphin again, they literally, like, the only prerequisite that they have for those kids is that they're like muggers and shit. Like they're like criminals. Yeah.
They gotta be criminals.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
That's
pretty
what
weird.
having attitude means. Is
I guess,
you're
yeah.
a felon.
Like, I think the Red Ranger was straight up like in the middle of mugging someone in an alley when he gets teleported to
I think
the.
that game's about
to the base.
glorifying, or not that game. I think that show's about glorifying crime more than anything. Now that I
Yeah, right.
think
Yeah.
on it.
It really
Mhm.
is.
The Gangster Rangers. I would get down with that.
Yep. So
Football?
football. We have
Football.
football.
Yeah.
Football podcast.
And it's back. It's officially back. We got to watch a full week of football. It's great. Happy it's
Mhm.
back. I think everybody had fun except for
Yeah.
half
Yeah.
of us.
There's
Well,
a
There's
few
a, there's
people
a
that
split
had a
here.
worse week
Yeah,
than others.
there's a 2-2 split for sure.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
You know.
So we got some news first up. All right.
Yep.
All right.
We'll start with the injuries. Some of the injuries that occurred. We got the Panthers losing defensive tackle Pro Bowler Derek Brown for the season,
Yikes.
which it's the Panthers, so it
Yeah, it
really
wasn't really
doesn't
gonna-
matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
It's kind of like throwing another pebble in the pile at this point.
Yeah. They'll have pick number 1 again, so that's good.
Yep.
Mhm.
Browns.
Well, they didn't have it last year.
yeah. Browns. David Njoku's out several weeks, so
Yeah.
that sucks. We also have Jake Ferguson of the Cowboys sprained MCL
Oh,
week
that's
to
rough.
week.
Yikes.
Lot
We
of-
also
lot
had
of MCL
another
sprains.
injury, Krendor. Why don't
We
you
do.
talk about that one?
Yep, we've got the Jordan Love MCL, which
Yeah.
dude, I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was over. I
Could have
was
been
like-
worse.
I was like, it's gone. He's gone months. The season's over.
Yeah.
This is Aaron
Yeah.
Rodgers 2.0.
He stole his
Jets.
soul. Yeah.
Yep. And then I don't know how he did it. They're just like, no, he's good. Just he'll be out a couple weeks. Maybe probably on the lesser side. I was like, dude, oh my god.
Yeah,
You got that Aaron Rodgers with that, brother.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
dude. Apparently, back in 2018, Aaron Rodgers played on a sprained MCL and a like broken fibula or some shit.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
when you're a
man.
pocket passer and you don't really need to run
Yeah.
anywhere, it's
Yeah.
That's true. So
Well, also, like, an MCL sprain, as far as I'm aware, also means tear.
well, yeah,
Because it's a small tear.
yeah. So it's
and
like
it's,
different
like-
grades. So
Right,
like
right,
grade
yeah.
1 is just like a really small tears. Grade 2 is like a bigger tear. And then I think grades 3 and 4 is when it's like really torn or completely torn. So
Uh-huh.
those are the ones that require surgery. But you know, it's like anybody spraining or straining
Yeah.
something. So it's mainly just wait and see how long it takes to heal. But usually it's like on the bright side, like 3 weeks. But on the worst side, probably like 5-6 weeks. But I would
3
probably
to
say
6
3
is
to
the range. Yeah.
yeah. So I'd
Yeah.
say 3 to 4 weeks. I'd put him at.
I think you go 3 weeks, see what Malik Willis does for you, and if it's fucking nightmarish, he'll probably be back week 4. But if
Yeah.
things are like chill and you guys are like 2-2 or something, then maybe he sits out an extra week just to be sure.
Yeah.
Who's the backup?
Malik Willis. The
Malik
name I
Willis,
just said.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
That is the name he just said. I got some thoughts on that. We'll get to that later.
Mhm.
We also have Tyson Campbell, Jaguars corner, had some hamstring stuff. Antoine Winfield of the Buccaneers out 2 to 4 weeks with an ankle. And Puka Nakua is
Puka.
also
Yeah.
on the IR with, I
That's
believe.
such a bummer, dude.
I believe he
It
also
really-
has an MCL sprain.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a shame.
And Chicago.
I will say that injury did save my fantasy game.
It really did.
It
He won
nearly
by
saved
like
mine,
0.7
too. Yeah.
points or something.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the week of MCL sprains because Rome Odunze, Bears rookie, also sprained his MCL.
Oh, I
That's
didn't hear
rough.
about that one.
Yep. So he got ran into by his own player, which sprained his MCL. A classic. A Bears
Some
classic.
Bears.
Friendly
Shit.
fire.
Yep. Keenan Allen apparently also hurt, but they're not saying anything. He already was questionable, and then he got hurt again, so he's already in midseason form. So really, the
banged up
Bears
while
are
he was
down to
playing,
like
dude.
one receiver at this
Yep.
point. So
At least it's their best one.
that's true. And there's probably some other injuries, but those are the ones I saw on this list. So
Also, apparently the Bears don't need to have offense to win games, so that's good for them.
yep, they sure don't. I watched that
Mhm.
game. It was something.
We'll get to it.
We'll talk about
We'll talk
that.
about that.
Mhm, mhm.
And then there's also a big Tyreek Hill thing where he got arrested.
Yeah,
Uh,
did you guys
Yeah,
see
I
the
saw
video?
it.
Yeah, it's fuck.
It
I'm
was-
I'm kind of pissed because I got blasted because I was on stream the other day being like, yeah, the cops, were just doing their cop thing, being
Mhm.
cops, love to arrest black people.
Yeah.
And chat was like, actually, he was going 100 in a 35, so you're an asshole for defending him, and half right because Tyreek Hill is an asshole.
yeah,
And
true.
it is bad to defend him. But then the body cam footage was released, and he was not going even like 60. Like he probably was speeding, but like he's probably like 5 or 10 over.
Yeah.
So like no, he did not deserve to get beat and arrested there.
Well, I mean, like
Yeah.
even if he like did do a crime, he's still shitty for that. Like if he was doing 100 in the 30, but
Yeah.
like that doesn't mean that he should get the shit kicked out of him by
Yeah.
a bunch of fucking cops.
It was
you know?
the cops should have de-escalated the situation, and they escalated it.
Oh yeah.
which-
Yeah,
that's that. And then the other, it is Tyreek Hill. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
also
mean, it's
like,
hard to real, but I mean, like at the end of the day, it's more it's a deeper thing than
Yeah.
just like whether or not he's a shitty person. It's
I
like,
mean, y'all know that the cops' behavior had to be fucked up if we're not all jumping at the chance to leap down Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
we hate
Yeah.
that dude. It's just this is
Yeah.
much more fucked.
yeah.
mhm.
So it's at the end of the day, I guess he ended up playing the game. It all is.
And we went off.
They
'cause
almost fucking
Yeah.
arrested Calais Campbell too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of all people, Jesus.
Yeah.
And then we also had Deshaun Watson, I almost forgot, who has been sued
Classic.
for more sexual assault and battery. On
This
top
one,
of just being terrible at football still.
This one was bad too. I don't recommend reading the report. He did some terrible things again.
Yeah,
Who would've guessed
he's
it?
a monster and he needs to be in jail.
It's-
Fuck that guy.
Like,
Absolutely insane.
if you're the Cleveland Browns,
void his contract.
I think
fucking
they're
hope
trying
so,
to figure
dude.
out a
Jesus.
way to. Like, that's from everything I've been reading. They're trying to figure out a way of
Like they don't get any pass at all anymore ever. Like their reputation is permanently soiled. I feel bad for Browns fans who have to like try to cheer for an organization that is being so
Yeah.
blatantly shitty in enabling an absolute monster fucking horrible person. Like this guy should be in prison for rape and they're giving him hundreds of millions of fucking dollars. Like we
Yeah.
all know this obviously. I feel like I need to say it
Yeah.
aloud every now and then to confirm for myself like yeah, this organization can go fully fuck itself.
Yeah, it's
So-
all Jimmy Haslam. by the
I
way.
was seeing also, by the way, that if they cut him this year, it's something like 170 million in dead cap.
Yeah, it's like
Hold on.
25% of their cap.
Yeah, hold on, let me look at him.
So I think
specifically.
that's why they are trying to.
Well, so to my understanding, they can't void it if it's something that's that happened before he came to Cleveland. Right? There's a clause in his contract about that.
Hmm.
So I don't know. It depends
That's
on.
crazy, by the
There's a
way.
clause in his
Yeah.
contract. Like,
Yes.
Jesus, man.
Hey,
Yeah.
if we find out you did another rape, as long as it was before you got here, that's okay
Yeah.
with us.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Can you
Yeah.
imagine if they had like a quarterback, like I don't know, Baker Mayfield?
Oh yeah.
That
Well,
would
I mean, you know,
that'd
they're
be
Ain't
pretty
no
good,
way
I
he's
think.
doing good. Like, come
I
on.
needed more motivation to hate them, dude. Fucking hell.
Okay, so yeah, so if they cut him, he would be 172 million in dead cap.
Well, what's crazy is that he's so bad, it would probably genuinely still be beneficial to cut him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
it
Like
actually
pick up a
would.
rookie, you know.
Yeah, like I think.
But I mean,
in-
I feel bad for any rookie that gets drafted there because, like, even if you bring the Browns to another playoff win for the first time since the last historic new playoff win, they're just gonna cut you, you know, or trade you.
It's crazy.
Maybe-
I'm happy that, like, I mean, I guess we'll talk about Baker when we get there, but like, I said, why are they doing this? He's just injured, like on the
Yeah.
podcast, like 2
Yeah.
years ago or whatever it was, and I was like, it doesn't make sense why they're doing this. Like,
I feel
he's
like we were, like,
actually
all-
a good quarterback.
Yeah,
Vehemently pro Baker before he got.
Yeah, and
yeah,
then
we were all for.
Bro,
I
but,
mean,
like,
I
the
wanted
internet
Baker on the
and
Jets
Reddit-
that one season.
they were
Yeah.
like, nah, Baker's shit. He's ass. Like he said mean stuff to his teammates, so he's bad. And sure enough, what? No, he's
Well, and
actually
also-
really good. That nothing changed.
And the OBJ's dad's shit talking video, if you remember.
Oh
that.
yeah, I remember
Yep. Yeah, because
Yeah, that was-
OBJ is the paragon of morality and
Yeah, of course.
good players.
that. This is just
Anyway.
This is just the most karma Browns thing. we've seen.
I was saying on stream yesterday that it feels like one of the first instances of actual justice in the universe. Like it's just
Yeah.
and it's small, you know, like he should be in jail and should not be making millions of dollars. But it's nice to see just a little bit of comeuppance, even if it's just a little crumb, you
Just
know.
feel
Well, I mean,
bad
the
for,
thing
like,
is, it's yeah, go on.
I'll just say, feel bad for like Browns fans that are just like, dude, I just
Yeah.
want to like cheer for my team, and they just don't want him
Yeah.
to be there, and you just have to be like, all right,
Like, I'm not gonna put anybody on blast, but how can you in good conscience do that anymore?
Yeah.
You know, like you're cheering for a fucking, like, I don't know. It's not really the same. Obviously the Browns fans are at fault here, but
Yeah,
that
it
just
just
sucks.
sucks. Yeah,
it does suck. Well, I mean,
Um,
from what I've seen from Browns fans too, is it's not just that he's bad, but apparently he's really just kind of phoning it in.
oh yeah.
I
so
mean,
he's
yeah,
just
if you have
collecting
200
guaranteed.
million guaranteed, yeah.
He can go out there and throw the ball backwards every play. He's gonna make
That's
the same
literally
amount
the
of money.
only thing I can't fault him for. Is
Yeah.
he's just
Yeah.
taking the bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just how do you guarantee the money? That's the most insane part to
It's
me.
unbelievable. Yeah, like
It
On a
really
quarterback who
is.
hadn't played in like 2.5 years.
the more you look at it,
Yeah.
the more unbelievable it becomes.
Well, I mean, the other thing too is that well, hold on, I need to look this up because like, what is Deshaun Watson has basically in his career one very good season, right?
I think so,
And
yeah.
that's the same as Baker Mayfield. He also has one very good season where he won Rookie of the Year and he broke the record, right?
I think
So
so.
Yeah,
Let's see,
I'll
what's
check
the
on
old-
Baker while you look on what you're doing.
Yeah, let's see. Okay, all right.
Stat
So
truck.
his one very good year, Deshaun Watson, in fairness, was 4,800 yards, 33 touchdowns, and 7 picks.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah.
good.
That's very good. Yeah, and Baker's was 37-25 with 27 touchdowns, 14 picks. But I mean,
Baker
like,
also had a year of 3,500 with 26 touchdowns to 8 interceptions, which is also really, really good. So he's had
Yeah.
multiple years of success, and that was an 11-5 season as well.
I mean, his
Yeah.
first 3 years were like the best Browns QB play that they had in
Yeah,
40
they were a team that
years.
couldn't win a fucking game.
Yeah.
I will say that
So-
he actually was. I mean, in 2017, he threw 1,700 yards, 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. So, like for a rookie, that's pretty good. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
he had 4,100 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Then he had
Yeah.
3,800 yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. So, like, he's still like top 10
He's
quarterback
basically-
there. And then
Yeah,
2020
top 10,
was
but pretty
insane.
close to actually Baker's stats for those years too,
Yeah.
actually.
But now, in the
Um,
last 2 years plus this last game combined, he has thrown 15 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, and 2,300 yards. That's since 2022.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's pretty obvious that
Haslam needs to sell the team. They need to force a sale.
Yeah,
Fucking Haslam.
That's embarrassing.
Alright.
But
That's enough for him.
yeah, we had football games.
Football.
Football, starting
Arguable.
with the Ravens Chiefs, which was a pretty good game actually.
Yeah.
If the Ravens knew how to throw the ball and catch the ball in bounds, they probably could have won.
Dude, Lamar was a one-man show.
He
During this
was
game.
until he wasn't, you know. But I mean, this is what we've been saying about the Ravens forever, right? Like, it can't just be the Lamar show. Like,
Yeah.
he's eventually not gonna
Yeah.
do enough, and you're gonna lose the game. And that's exactly what happened.
Mhm.
He was just barely not enough, and you lost the game. You
Yep.
know,
I'm gonna say Isaiah Likely was just barely not enough, but yeah.
Well,
no,
Yeah.
Lamar missed 2 wide open receivers.
Oh,
Like,
true, yeah.
the one right before
He-
that, it was like
Yeah, that
easy.
was a bad one. Yeah.
Yeah, he missed Likely, and Likely still almost caught it, and then he missed Flowers by a country mile. That was a bad one.
Yeah.
And then Likely got the toe tap.
Likely balled out. Don't get me wrong. I was just mentioning that.
Yeah, no,
last-
I
so-
just like it was like that O-line performance was fucking
God, holy
Horrid.
shit, dude.
Bad.
Yeah, they got problems up there, man.
People are
Big
like, why
time.
is Lamar not throwing it more? Lamar had like 2 microseconds to throw every play.
He's
and then,
carried it 16 times. I mean, normally he does run a lot, but that was just like out of necessity, basically.
Yeah,
yeah,
it was
he
like
carried it more than Derrick Henry did.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
Derrick Henry.
Chris Jones
is
was up the
ridiculous.
middle like every play. Like it didn't matter.
Yeah. There was a good stat where someone was like, if it wasn't Lamar Jackson, then Chris Jones would have had like 6 sacks. And that's
Yeah.
probably true.
Yeah.
So we learned Xavier Worthy is really fast.
He
Yeah,
is,
Yeah.
who would've
I'll
guessed?
never forgive Buffalo ever for this. You dumb idiots.
Yep.
Rasheed
It's-
Rice also showing up this game too.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
the Chiefs are going to be really good this year. I mean, there's no
Yeah.
question. I
Absolutely.
think the last 2 years there was question, and then they won anyway. And this year there's no question. So you guys are probably going to lose because the world doesn't make sense.
It is
Yeah.
annoying because it feels like they've done an actual reload, like a competent one.
Yeah.
and they're now better. And
With
they
Mahomes'
just won the Super Bowl.
contract. They have Mahomes'
Yeah.
contract, and they are reloading successfully. And it's very annoying. I mean,
The
Look,
biggest
Chiefs fans, if you listening to this, you have a long podcast season ahead of you. I hate this team. Half the players did awful shit in the offseason and are just terrible human beings and are annoying. Like, this is the prime time hatred team. There is nothing about this team I like anymore.
I think
Yeah.
they feed off it, man. I think you're just giving them.
I
the
just
fuel for the
want
fire.
them to know that, so we don't have comments being like, "Why are they being so mean to the Chiefs?" I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You know why? You deserve it.
Yeah.
I mean, we didn't get a lot of prime Patriots years, but it would have been the Patriots. at that
Exactly. I was
time.
gonna say this is exactly what I would have expected.
It
on
was.
that end.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, I was the only one that took the Chiefs out of.
Well, that
like,
was
in
mostly
this-
not wanting it to transpire that way.
That's true.
I mean, it
Yeah.
was also one toe away from.
It
from
was
being
one
the
toe.
Ravens.
really
Yeah,
close, yeah.
it was close.
Which, though, to be fair, the game didn't feel that close. Like
No.
it was like if
Yeah.
Mahomes doesn't throw that boneheaded interception that he did, then it
It was
Jen-
pretty clear the Chiefs had the Ravens numbered. Like their defense was dominating
Yeah.
the Ravens
Yeah.
offense.
Can I
Wow,
just say
that's-
I don't think there was any ref ball at this game, so I don't want the Chiefs to start.
Yeah.
Here they go again on that. There was a bad call that happened that favored the Chiefs. It wasn't consequential in any way, but what was funny about it was that it was a holding call, and Chris Collinsworth is just the world's largest bozo because he brings out his little pen and starts to circle the hold, and literally like he's literally talking about the hold, and then the replay happens, and there's no hold, and he just gets quiet. He just stops talking and trails off, and they just move on, and it's the funniest thing. Like, we get it, Collinsworth, you like Mahomes,
Now
but
here's
like,
a hold. That's not a hold.
They were really hammering him for the illegal formation at the beginning of the game, though.
Oh
yeah,
my
they
God, yeah,
just
it was like
didn't do
5
that
of 'em.
like not to anyone else like the whole like week. Like I
I
didn't.
The rest of the week, yeah.
I honestly I think because there weren't any really bad calls this whole week one, so
No,
I
there
think
were.
the NFL.
No, they were bad. But you should have watched the Steelers game. There was
You
some
should have
bad
watched the
calls.
Packer game.
Well, yeah, but
Oh, that's
I mean,
shocking
they were.
coming from.
What I'm saying is they were bad overall, but like I think the past like 2 or 3 years there was some egregious call week one every year, every
Oh
season.
yeah, no. Again, this is the first time since last year, so that I'm like, okay, Chiefs. There were no bad calls. I didn't feel like the game was tilted in your favor. So
Yeah, I get
good
it.
job. You won the game, and it was a good close game.
And
I mean, I felt
and
that way about the Super
just-
Bowl too. I didn't think the Super Bowl was fine.
Yeah.
Well, I
agree.
just remember from the Jets game, which we'll talk about later, but there was a point where they were just like throwing a flag every play.
There were a lot of flags this week in general.
Yeah.
That was miserable.
Yeah.
Which like
the
usually early in the season there are.
Yeah,
They're
but
trying to set the tone.
yeah, but they threw 3 flags in a row, and then on the third one, New York called in and was like, "Just pick it up, just let them fucking play."
yeah, they were like,
and-
stop it.
Like
Yeah.
plus everybody's really sloppy early on. Like everyone's rusty. They're getting going.
Yeah. But I think maybe like that's like a mandate from on high in the NFL to not do anything too fucky on week 1 for
Yeah.
publicity's sake.
An angel
I
of the
don't know.
Lord doth saith to me, let them play.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall it was an alright game. Like it was
Yeah.
entertaining. It ended up being close to the end, and cool. Neat.
They'll both be in the playoffs.
They'll-
Oh yeah,
they'll both be
we'll
in the
see this
playoffs.
again in the playoffs, no doubt.
Yeah.
100%. Then we had my favorite game of the week. Oh boy, was this fun. The Packers Eagles in Brazil. Can we not play a game in Brazil again, please? That'd be great. The
Why? What was
field-
wrong?
The field was practically a slip and slide.
Mm,
I don't like the crowd was cool. Everything was cool. It's just the field was terrible. Like it was genuinely terrible. People were slipping. Saquon's first carry he slipped. Receivers were slipping. Defensive backs were slipping. The quarterbacks were slipping. Like literally everybody was slipping. I actually think there were numerous plays that happened just because somebody slipped. They're like, he's wide open. Oh, because the guy slipped. Oh, he got picked off. Oh, because the receiver slipped. Like it was so bad and so shitty that like I don't even think you can take anything away from this game because it was just that bad. Plus
You
Jordan
can take
Love got
away
hurt
that
at the end.
the Packers defense did not do a good job. I think even with the
Yes.
slipping.
Well, yeah, I will say, I think the Eagles are actually a really good football team.
bro,
Like-
Saquon can ball still.
Saquon
Yeah.
is insane. AJ Brown is still insane. Devontae Smith's really good. Their offensive line is probably top 3 in football. Jalen Hurts. Honestly, the worst part of their team was Jalen Hurts throwing the ball. Like he can still run pretty well, but like he made some throws where I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like some real bad throws. But like aside from
Alabama
that,
QBs.
yeah, like aside from that, I do think the Packer defense will get better. I think it's gonna be better than last year. I just think the Eagles in a shitty field was not the greatest first game, but we still got some picks. Still did some stuff. Run game stopping was terrible. Speaking of penalties from earlier, all right, worst penalty of the day. So Packers had 10 penalties, Eagles had 7. So there's 17 penalties this game. Worst one, it was like third down. Eagles were on offense trying to convert and they failed it and they called holding on the Packers and there was literally no hold. It was the most phantom hold dumb shit that I have seen. And it was terrible because then the Eagles ended up like converting and then drove down the field and it was dumb. But yeah, worst part of the game was the Jordan Love ending where he got hurt. But I mean, as he did play the entire game though, it wasn't like Aaron Rodgers last year. So he was a little sloppy. He's a little over, but he would have like some really good throws. Then he would have some inaccurate throws. There's a lot of drops. There's actually a decent amount of drops by the Packer receivers. Josh Jacobs didn't get going for a while, but then he did get going, and I was like, dude, now he's good. Emmanuel Wilson had some big runs. Jaden Reed.
Jaden Reed.
Our entire offense was just Jaden Reed for the most part. Like, I love Jaden Reed. He's just like a fast slot receiver. He's kind of like our Randall Cobb from back in the day. Just really gadgety type of player, which is why going forward, we're going to see some Malik Willis, all right? And everybody on the internet is like, they're going to lose. It's going to be real bad. Malik Willis is terrible. Have you watched Malik Willis? He's real bad. And honestly, I don't think he's going to be terrible. I don't think he's going to go out there and throw like 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions or something. But all he has to do is be like a serviceable quarterback that doesn't turn it over. And so what I think they're going to do, all right, if I'm Matt LaFleur, I think they're going to go with like a crazy Ravens style offense where, I mean, they already have a 49er system where they are like very run heavy. Like that's kind of how they want to play, is set up the run and then play action. So I actually think this can be really beneficial. I think that's why they went out and got him, because I think what they're going to do is they're going to run the ball, and then they're going to do like some crazy run pass options, or like just a bunch of options where Malik Willis is going to try to like give it to Jaden Reed on crazy jet sweeps and shit, and then he'll like do an option jet sweep and probably either give it to Jaden Reed or like hold it and run it himself, because Malik Willis is like fast. Like that's what people comped him as out of college. Is like, he's gonna be like Lamar Jackson style. So, and he like in the preseason, he's still fast. Like he made some decent throws. He did some stuff. So I think that's what they're gonna do. They're just gonna go very run heavy, like Raven style offense. And they have enough players to the point where I think we can beat the one of the next 3 teams at least. It's like Colts, Titans, Vikings. And then I think we play the Rams, who are also banged up. So, like, this is actually our easy stretch. So if we can win 1 or 2 of these games, we're in a good spot. But it's that's my hope. But is it gonna happen? I don't know. He might go out there and suck ass and then throw like 3 picks, and we're like, uh-oh. But
I think I remember liking Malik Willis in the draft. Actually,
the thing is, they're
He
like,
looked real bad on the Titans, though.
Here's
yeah,
the
but
thing.
it is also the
It's-
Titans.
It's the Titans. After watching the Titans play football, I don't know if anybody could have played very well with the Titans. Like it was. I actually hate the Titans now after watching them. I really hate the Titans. And I like the Titans, but I hate them. So
That's confusing.
yeah, it is. But I'm for now I'm a Malik Willis hopium consumer.
Ever.
Yeah. If the Packers can't fix Malik Willis, then I think he's done. Like this is his chance. He's
I'm
got
sorry,
his chance.
Hold on.
Okay.
I just need to dial it back for a second. I didn't want to let it get away. Hopium Huffer. Right?
Hopium
It's
Huffer.
just right there.
He is right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hopium
thank you.
Huffer. So the Colts just gave up like 230 rushing yards. So I don't think their run defense is good, which is good because we're probably going to run the ball a lot. So that's all he's got to do. I think we're going to build it around running the ball, and I believe. So we'll see how much I believe after next week. Then we had the Saints Panthers, where belief is dead if you're a Panthers fan.
Yeah, don't mind me
Holy
just
fuck.
in the process of dropping Chuba Hubbard from my fantasy team real quick.
Yep.
It was I hate to be right, but I said Bryce Young's not going to be a starting quarterback in like 3 years or whatever. How many years I said it was, and I think I'm right.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
gotta give him at least a little bit of credit for
No,
the fact that
he
this is a
played
team in shambles around him.
horrible.
But I'm not trying to defend that. I'm trying to say like he is working with nothing still, if not even
Yeah.
less.
And it's the
yeah.
Panthers. I
It's-
mean,
Look, you guys are gonna be like, yeah, I guess you were right in like 2 or 3 years, and then you're gonna look foolish.
I don't disagree. I'm just trying to ease the blow for him a little bit. But,
I think the
he did
Panthers
play
are at the
pretty
point where they
terrible.
want you to talk shit. Like they're like, yeah, I need the punishment, I need the pain.
Fucking masochist
paying
fan
for
base.
it.
Yeah.
I,
Because
look,
like the Saints are supposed to be bad this year. Like they
this is
lost
a-
their
I mean-
whole defense, like the whole thing.
Yeah,
And-
well, they still
Shellacking,
got
dude.
some. I think we like underrated the Saints. Like they're still a decent team.
Oh,
Yeah.
they played the Panthers. Let's hold off on
They
this.
did.
We're having
Like I
the
said-
dilemma: are the Saints good or are the Panthers bad? Like, what's going on here? I don't think it's both.
well, Alvin Kamara is still very good. I know
Yeah.
that.
Derek Carr's Derek Carr. He's gonna give you Derek Carr numbers.
Derek
Mhm.
Carr put up 19 for 23, 203 TDs. I mean, I know it's
Yeah.
the Panthers,
It
but
was kind of like a
that's-
preseason game for him,
that's
but
pretty good, man.
This is a game where I think we need to not overreact on. I think the result is maybe some more information is needed, but
yeah.
I'm not going to be buying Saints stock anytime soon. I'm
Yeah,
not.
I'm not
after
either.
last year,
Yeah.
I'm not getting baited again.
What I will be doing is marking down a lock for every game the Panthers play for the next. 50.
Yeah.
I know it's week 1, but I will never be picking the Panthers again, and that is the truth.
Sure.
That's
Yeah.
a real thing that I will stay by.
They might actually go 0-17. It's very
looking
possible.
grim, dude.
It is
Yeah.
possible. Yep.
Hold on, let's check the schedule. Do they play the Giants this year? Let's find out. Hold on, NFL.
They do play the
clicking up.
Giants November 10th.
Oh
at
my
home.
God. That is going to be. Please
Oh.
tell me that's a primetime game.
The
That'd be
toilet
so
bowl.
Funny.
Oh,
The
it
new
is.
toilet
It's an
bowl.
international game.
London. No,
Oh,
Germany.
shit, dude.
That's right. They gave Germany the worst game in the history of the NFL.
Well, they've done that they do that for all of the international games. And I guess in fairness, it's probably because they have to negotiate with the teams and the teams don't want to give up one of their good games, right? But
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
it's just if they're trying to
Boy.
grow the market in these international audiences, they always give them such garbage.
That is funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that certainly looks like their most winnable game of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they
Did
got
they-
the Chiefs right after that too. Jesus.
Okay, so they did win their week 3 preseason. So they've got that under their belt, the
Thank
Panthers.
goodness.
That's
Yeah.
good. At least
Speaking
you know
of
what?
Bills.
At least they get to see Panthers Giants in like who's gonna be the worst and who's gonna be the best of the worst. That's always
Yeah.
something.
Bottom bowl.
Yeah, the bottom bowl. Then we had Vikings Giants, where Sam Darnold
Sam Darnold.
played well.
I'm never
played
picking
really
the
well.
Giants again until they play the Panthers.
Dude, I'm going to cash in on my Darnold love.
Yes.
I still think the dude is here's what I
They
think.
Played
Watching
the
that
Giants.
game. Yeah,
Let's
sure.
not.
No, but what I'm saying is I think that Sam Darnold's ceiling, in my opinion, is Alex Smith. Now, Alex Smith never won a Super Bowl. He never had like the most amazing volume numbers, but he was a very competent and skilled, veteran QB.
Serviceable.
Yeah.
I think beyond serviceable. Like he's a playoff QB. Like he was very good. He just he was kind of almost in that Phillip Rivers tier without the volume number.
Mhm.
Right.
I think that's what Sam Darnold. That's the kind of career that Sam Darnold can have.
Hear me
I
out.
honestly.
Let's put a pin in this. They play the
Mm-hmm.
Niners next week, so
Yeah, he's gonna
we'll get a
bodied.
lot more information.
Oh,
after
he's gonna
that
get
game.
annihilated in that game. But I mean, that doesn't matter. It's a long season. I'm just
Hey,
saying.
I'm
it
just saying
shakes
maybe
out.
maybe he goes kind of crazy, and you're
Yeah.
right. Let's see.
Well, the
Um,
only thing I think that's different between him and Alex Smith is he's a real
Piece of
gunslinger.
shit.
He's
Oh,
a
sorry.
he's a real sack of garbage. He's don't no, but he's a gunslinger. So Alex Smith, remember he got injured early on in his career, so he could never throw very deep downfield anymore.
Mhm.
But Sam Darnold does not have that issue. So he, his success would look a little different. Probably it would probably involve a lot more picks. So
Aaron Jones actually had a good game, 94 yards and a touchdown. People were
Mhm.
like, "Do you miss Aaron Jones?" I was like, "Yeah." It wasn't that Aaron Jones is bad; it's that he gets injured like 2 weeks into the season. That's usually the problem.
Yeah.
I still love Aaron Jones. I think he's great. But yeah, Jefferson, 59 yards and a touchdown. This was just a complete domination game. Daniel Jones, 22 of 42, 186 yards, 2 picks. They did not run the ball well. They didn't really do anything well. They had an interception.
this is his
Cool.
last year as a Giants QB, I think.
Yeah, it's bad. He's not great. They paid him, and now he's.
Hey,
he's
he
just
got
good.
paid though.
He did get
like
paid.
he got
Did
paid.
he get paid? How?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. I'm
It was
gonna look
40
him up.
mil a year, I think.
Bro,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
want
100
to.
something million.
I don't want to just keep playing devil's advocate for shitty quarterbacks today, but he got sacked 5 times again, and like that's been
Well,
the case
yeah.
the entire time he's been in New York.
Well, and keep in mind he's playing with the Giants, right? I mean, they what happened to the Giants in the offseason? I think they lost Saquon Barkley. That's the only notable thing that I
Yeah.
remember.
They
So-
They signed someone on defense, Brian Burns, or
Burns,
whatever.
yeah.
Oh yeah, that'll help
further
Daniel
pass
Jones.
rush, but
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll help Daniel Jones for sure. That'll.
that'll really help Daniel Jones.
So if they cut him this year, it's 69
Nice.
million
Nice.
dead cap. And if they cut him next year, it's 22 million. So I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna eat 22 million in dead cap. That's a lot. That's like a full.
Where do they even go? I mean, it's a little early to be having this conversation.
I think it
but-
depends on if
Yeah.
they get the number 1 pick or not. But maybe they'll be
true.
thinking something
Yeah,
new.
true. Yeah.
All right, we got a much better game to talk about right after this, though. So
Hmm.
I'm itching to move on here.
Yeah. So that was a game. The Giants are bad.
Yeah.
Then we had hold on, I lost my wow, Patriots Bengals.
Hmm.
Thanks, Joe Burrow.
Joe
Is it time to
Burrow.
hit the big red panic button in Cincinnati?
I think so.
I don't think so.
I mean,
I
last
think
year.
the bleach blonde hair was when you hit the panic button.
Reminder:
honestly.
last year, the Bengals lost 24-3 to the Browns, and Joe Burrow went 14 of 31 for 82 yards. So,
Oh right, yeah, that was a bad game.
This is the Bengals sans T. Higgins and Joe Mixon now, if I'm not mistaken, along with I
Yeah.
think one more key part of the offense that I'm forgetting.
yeah.
Boyd maybe.
Oh yeah, I think
Oh yeah,
Boyd.
Boyd's gone.
Well, is
But-
Higgins holding out still?
I can't remember.
I think he's
Oh,
with. Isn't he with somebody else?
I can't remember who's
He-
holding out and who just re-signed somewhere else. Like,
Oh, maybe
Not
he is
expected
holding
to-
out.
Oh, I think he's
Yeah.
injured.
Oh, is he hurt?
Yeah.
was he hurt or is he hurt?
Yeah.
yeah.
See,
Hamstring.
latest hamstring injury. We'll see how the weeks play out, but I'll be surprised if he plays on Sunday.
Dude, isn't it crazy? We was like the Bengals were in the Super Bowl, like about to win it, and now we're like a couple years off, and it's like, yeah, their team's like they're done.
These windows are fucking tiny for the most
Yeah.
of these teams, man.
It's crazy.
Yeah, like it's funny because I always complain about like, oh, the Patriots ruin people's perceptions of how teams could win, but then the Chiefs just come in as soon as the Patriots are done.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah.
but like for most other teams, it's more like this, you know,
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you have a tiny window, and you have your shot.
Yeah.
Shout out Ramondre Stevenson, dude.
Dude,
25
sleeper
carries,
pick.
Sleeper
Ramondre
pick.
Stevenson.
Sleeper pick.
120
wild
to
stuff.
TD. Woo. Yo,
Uh,
also
shout
Jacoby Brisket.
Shout out Jacoby Biscuits, dude.
Yep.
Yeah,
What a game.
Well,
He's not bad.
he existed for sure.
He did
Well,
exist.
I did want to
I
shout
don't know
out
if
not being bad.
15 for 24 for 121 yards.
7
and
carries for
0.
32.
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Dude, if
I mean,
Malik
he
Willis
played.
puts up those numbers next week, I'll be jumping for joy.
Not with your
Dude,
defense.
Is
that's
Gerard
true.
Mayo's first win too?
Yeah.
as an NFL
Yeah.
head
We
coach.
got the Gatorade bath.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Dude,
pretty
it
cool.
was bizarre to watch Bill Belichick in the Manning cast on Monday, man. It was fucking
Yeah.
weird.
it was weird.
But
was
yeah,
really
this is not a lot, honestly, I think, to be read about this Patriots wise. I think this is just a thing they can do every now and then. Is they just figure out a team and find a way to get a gritty win out of it. But
Yeah. I think their
Yeah,
defense
Bengals.
is good. Like they seem
Yeah,
like a
no,
solid
yeah.
defense.
I think
definitely,
the Bengals just have too much shit going on with the Jamar Chase contract
Yeah.
shit and like
Yeah.
the T Hig. Like it's just all fucked right now.
I
Are
mean,
they-
we kept talking over the course of the last 2 years about the Bengals, about the fact that they've got so many there's
Yeah.
ticking time bombs in their offensive roster, and they have gone off now, and we're kind of seeing the aftermath of that.
Mhm.
Which, by the way,
Yeah, well-
I was gonna
Mhm.
say before I forget, the my least favorite part of the Bill Belichick segment was the delay of like 20 seconds.
I wanted to talk. I want to talk about this too. Yeah.
Monday night game.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Okay.
It'd be like, Bill, what do you think about the play they're running? And then it'd go quiet for like 20 seconds, and he'd be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, and they're like saying something as he starts talking.
There was a good 5-minute period where they were just nonstop talking over each other. It was,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I did want to talk about it like later, but the thing that I was going to say is that this has been multiple years.
Yep.
Mannings.
No,
Come on,
we're gonna
guys.
hammer him. We're gonna hammer him later. We gotta keep going.
All right.
All right, yeah, we'll hammer him later. What were you gonna say prior to me interrupting you, Rob?
About
I was gonna say go
the
Pats.
no, I was gonna say about the Bengals. I was definitely not gonna say that. What I was gonna say about the Bengals was yeah, they seem like what they need to be in is reload mode again, but the problem
Maybe.
is that they didn't hit their first shot, you
Yeah.
know.
Mhm.
So but it does kind of seem like that's what they're going to need to do. Well, I mean, it depends on what they're going to do because I mean, I don't know if you guys remember, but the Marvin Lewis years, they were constantly in the conversation,
Yep.
but
Yeah,
never.
that's kind
They
of
would
like
make the playoffs and
they're
lose.
very Chargers-esque in that regard.
Yeah. So I wonder if they end up in that kind of space, it can be difficult to claw out,
Then
Oh,
you
yeah.
become the Saints after a while.
Yeah. Or you become the Bengals, like where
Or
there
you
were
become-
16
yeah.
years, with the Marvin
Yeah.
Lewis.
Yeah.
But
This is the one.
we'll see.
Certainly the most unexpected win of week 1, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah,
That was
can't
wild.
believe anyone blocked that.
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
Is Brisket starting the whole year?
I think so.
Or-
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
he's QB1.
Didn't you guys you drafted to QB, didn't you?
Drake May.
Don't say you guys
okay.
anymore. I don't want to be lumped into that. I went on record last week. I'm an official certified Patriots hater now.
That's fair.
Yeah,
that's
true.
fair.
He was more a
Respect.
Tom Brady fan, I think,
Yeah.
than a Patriots.
And now definitely also not that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's a commentator now, right?
Yeah.
Which one
Sure
did
is.
he cast?
I mean, if he wants
I
to
don't
come
know.
play for the Packers for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
wouldn't be too bad. Steelers, Falcons, Apollo.
It's the Boswell show, dude.
Wow. Can I tell you about my Lord and Savior, Chris Boswell?
Please speak his name.
Every year, I'm like, he's the most underrated kicker in all of football. And now people are finally looking and being like, oh, yeah, he's pretty good.
The key to this
3
team.
field goals above 50 yards, another 3 field goals after that, and then a punt. He punted because
Yeah.
our punter got a season-ending knee injury in
That
the
was a
first
pretty good
game.
punt.
Oh, that's rough.
Yep, we lost our punter who we stole from Buffalo, who was insanely good, and he punted all of one game, and now he's gone for the season. So
Well,
How did that
that's
happen?
great. He got a player ran into him, and he tore like every ligament in his knee. And then we got called for holding on that play, which was just cool.
yeah, that's
Dude, it's gonna
Um,
be weird with the new rules on kickoff too, by the way, because eventually a kicker is just gonna get completely annihilated on one of those kick returns.
I mean, not at
What do
this
you mean?
point. They just keep kicking it out of the end zone.
yeah,
anyway.
they
True,
get
yeah.
touchbacks. But yeah, the game. I mean, 2 things really of note here. Number 1, our defense is insane, and I said it was going to be pretty good, and it is pretty good. As long
Yeah.
as we stay healthy, this team can have a playoff run just with the defense.
I mean,
like,
I don't
it's
think
just one of
anyone
those
doubted
teams.
the Steelers' defense.
No, for sure.
That TJ Watt guy.
I mean,
think
pretty
might be
good.
Pretty good.
He had
special.
2 strip sack fumbles, one of which he recovered himself, called back to penalty. Like that is an insane stat
That's
that
just
you're
the
not
stuff that
gonna.
didn't go on the stat sheet, which is
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he had a fumble recovery anyway, even without
Yeah.
all that. Like he's ridiculous. He's an absolutely freak player that is just. I'm so happy to have a player like that to watch because we don't have much else, honestly. But offensive wise, like Justin Fields played, didn't make any mistakes. 17 for 23, 156 yards, and he also ran for 57 yards. That's all we need him to do. Like
Yeah.
we had a couple of penalties that killed our drive, so we honestly should have had like another 8 points in terms of field goals to touchdowns. Like it shouldn't have been even close. Like the Steelers just annihilated the Falcons on defense. They couldn't do fucking anything. And Cousins threw 2 picks. Just looks like he's still injured. Honestly, I'll give him that. Like I think he still can't really move around.
Yeah, he was like stationary.
Yeah. But I think the Steelers, it's going to be another year where we barely make the playoffs, and then maybe we win one this time instead of going out round 1.
Dude, I like Fields on this team.
I
Like-
would rather watch Fields than Wilson. Like
Oh, 100%.
Wilson
big time, yeah.
is just like he has an exact ceiling, and he's old, and it's just
No, if
He's-
you look at this if this is his floor, if this is Fields' floor, and he can hit a couple of the big plays we know he can make, he's a pretty good fit for this, I think.
it's
y'all
not his
should be
floor because he
optimistic.
has a turnover problem, and he did not
True,
turn the
yeah.
ball over this game.
Yeah.
So that's really my bar right now. Don't turn the ball over.
Yeah.
Let the run game dominate. We had how
Well,
many
that's-
rushing yards? We had 137 yards on the ground.
Mm.
Like just let Arthur Smith do his little Arthur Smith things, and we will win games.
Yeah,
we
no,
will win
that's
a lot of
exactly what
games.
that's exactly what I'm getting at, because like I think Justin Fields was expected to carry a much larger load and probably like had things in his brain convincing him that he had to bail them out in a lot more situations where that's not going to be nearly the case anymore in this team.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I think you should feel pretty good about this.
I feel better about the season after this game than I did. I'm still not looking at this team and go, this is a Super Bowl team. No, this is the same kind of we might barely make the playoffs type of team.
Right.
And I don't want to get like baited because we have an incredibly difficult schedule, probably one of the hardest in like the whole league, but it doesn't get that way until after the bye.
Yeah.
So like I could see us going like 7-0 or some shit. Maybe not 7-0, but I mean, we have Denver, Chargers, Colts, Cowboys is going to be tough, but then Raiders, Jets, Giants, like it's a bunch of average to below average teams, I think, right now, and then the Cowboys. So we could have a really good record, and then we come back from the bye, and then it's fucking Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns, Philadelphia, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals, and it's like Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, y'all have
Yeah.
Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs in back-to-back weeks. That's brutal.
Yeah,
That's rough.
Yeah.
it's ridiculous. And if the Bengals are still good, add them to that list too, 2 times.
Right.
Yeah.
Because even though the Browns might suck this year, it's a divisional game. It doesn't matter. Like
Yeah.
if the team is bad divisionally, that's still a hard game.
Yeah.
So
Division's always just a toss up. You never
So
know.
I don't want to get too excited about this team after like a couple weeks. I want to see what the production looks like. I want to see how badly our defense beats other offenses, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm feeling better about those Chiefs, Ravens games.
Yeah.
I think it, going back to the Justin Fields point, he really is in one of those situations that's kind of perfect.
Yeah. Exactly.
As far as how it shook out for him.
I want
'cause
him
Mike
to ball
Tomlin-
out.
Yeah, well, I mean, but he's gone to an organization that has one of the best coaching staffs in the league. Right?
Ooh,
I-
one of
I
the best
mean-
head coaches, maybe, but let's not talk about the Matt Canada, coaching
Oh
staff.
well, I mean, yeah, like
and
maybe
the Carolina
individual
offensive line
coordinators.
coach. Yeah,
But I mean, organizationally, like the Steelers are one of the
it's no
probably the
Bears. I'll
most
give you
stable.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
They're-
low bar.
the Steelers are though on the complete opposite end of the spectrum as far as organizational stability is concerned.
Yes.
And you have Mike Tomlin, right? And Mike Tomlin was coaching, Ben Roethlisberger for years. So, I don't know. It's a perfect situation for Justin Fields.
It would be very
hope he
funny
does
if
well.
Fields has a wonderful season and Caleb Williams does really bad. I'm actually rooting for Caleb Williams, by the way. I want him to do
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah,
I actually kind of want the Bears to
I'm
succeed.
not
but
because I either
Right,
in my
right.
division, yeah. But
yeah. But I think that'd be really funny.
it
yeah.
would be funny. Which by the way, the Falcons, speaking of funny, they're
Dirty
I'd
birds.
actually rank them below the Saints as of right now because
yeah.
I want
mean,
to see
we
them.
knew
I
from the jump that whole division was garbage.
really want to see if it was the Falcons are terrible or if it's the Steelers defense is amazing. Because if like the Falcons come up week 2 and just fucking their offense looks unbeatable, I'm gonna be like, okay, this is good for me.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you have to let. I guess you do have to let Kirk Cousins kind of,
he's probably still
Get his
rusty.
limbs back.
yeah.
So
They
yeah,
play
we'll-
the Eagles on Monday
boy.
night. Monday
Well,
night football.
yeah,
so
that'll be the game.
and then they play the Chiefs on
Well,
Sunday
oh,
night
fun,
football.
yeah.
That's 0-3.
What is
All
the
right,
NFL
Atlanta.
schedule commission smoking? Do they hate Atlanta?
Yeah, that's a no one. Oh, I mean, then they have the fucking Saints, Bucks,
Yeah,
Panthers.
man, we're gonna learn a lot
it's-
there.
Yeah, I guess
Hey,
they
they play
have
the
to balance out the
Panthers.
shitty division. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got the Texans Colts, which
Dude, what a fun game. I am so
Yeah.
excited for both
Yeah.
CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson. Like
Anthony
Yeah.
Richardson, that fucking. Did you guys see that?
I watched
pass?
that
Yeah.
throw
cannon
live.
shot, dude.
I,
Holy
I,
shit.
I couldn't believe
Monster.
that shit. It was like
That
a
was
fucking
amazing.
perfect ball, and it went to the
It was a
moon.
dime.
yeah, Anthony Richardson. I mean, he was looking good last year until he
Yeah,
got his
Yeah,
body
he was
up
looking
and
really
getting
good. Like he
roasted.
was looking like he might have, he might have been competing for the Rookie of the Year, which, considering CJ Stroud season,
Yeah.
CG.
Citrus
Oh, this
Strip.
is I'm excited for Texans and Colts fans because these two teams like went at it and both had big plays and have big players, and man, this is just fun. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah, I think when the
Mixon fit
players are
in
little.
perfectly on the Texans,
Yeah,
dude.
Joe Mixon, 159 yards and a touchdown on the ground.
30 fucking carries.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's
And he was on
insane.
my fantasy. Thank you, Mr. Joe Mixon.
Mhm.
Yep. You're
You
lucky,
know,
dude. I almost took Joe Mixon as a 5th running back, but
Yeah.
I let you have it. It's
And Nico Collins balled out, man. Like, oh man, I forgot they got fucking Stephon Diggs. Holy
Yeah.
shit,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Texans are legit.
He's
Texans
also on my
is
fantasy team.
One
by
of the
way.
best offenses in the league, potentially. Like,
That
it's
is so
it's
exciting,
I mean,
scary.
man.
even their defense is good. They have Will Anderson, who was like rookie of the year defensively last year. They got.
I think they probably still have cap space too, don't they?
Wouldn't be
probably.
surprised.
They brought in
Got a lot
Danielle
of rookies
Hunter is
playing.
good.
Yeah, they got CJ at the QB, obviously, so that's going
You
to
got
save
Jimmy Ward from the 49ers. The
Yeah,
safety.
this is
like, they're a good team. Like,
They got a shot here, man. This is a really loaded roster right now.
yeah.
Wow,
Jonathan
that's
Taylor,
not fair.
48
You know who
yards and a
has-
touchdown.
You know who has the most cap space right now?
It's probably
Who's
the
that?
49ers or some shit.
The Niners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, god damn it,
Hey,
dude.
Hey, Brock
55
Purdy,
million.
like $10, dude. Like,
Give him a
of course.
stick of gum from under the printer.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And he doesn't care because he's probably just like showing everybody that he's gonna get paid. He's making money
Yeah.
off like deals and shit.
Oh, he's gonna get a bag, yeah.
Yeah.
Alec Pierce balled out. This
Yep.
was a fun one, man.
Yeah.
I like this game a lot. I am a Texans fan.
I
am
think
too.
we're seeing two future superstar QBs.
Dude, yes, absolutely.
Dueling
It's
right
like
now.
watching the future of the league right here.
Anthony
Yeah.
Stroud and
Richardson feels more like a Cam Newton than a Lamar Jackson, I think. Like I
Just-
could see
just on the
I
running
can see
alone.
that.
Yeah, just from like the run. He seems more like a power runner. And then
Yeah.
he's got, I think, a bit better arm because he's just got like more arm
I mean,
power.
He's just got a fucking cannon, man.
Yeah.
Like, I
That
don't
one
think I've ever
pass
seen-
alone
Yeah.
was Jesus, just beautiful.
60 yards through the air.
That's
60
wild.
fucking yards. Like that's you know. I
It's
mean,
like
that's
Aaron
absurd.
Rodgers, Hail Mary.
Like, go
Yeah.
try and do that.
I-
yeah.
any
I'll
person
probably hurt
listening to
myself.
this, go try that.
I
See how
think
close you get.
I don't remember what it was, but I think my longest was like 30 or 40 yards or
Mhm.
something.
And that's not
And-
even like accurate. That's you just fucking lying.
no,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
just-
that's launching it as
Sending
far
it,
as I
yeah,
can possibly. Yeah. Like my arm hurt afterwards. I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, that is just a super exciting game.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing more of these guys.
I am too. Well, you don't have to wait too long because Texans will be on Sunday Night Football
Woo!
taking on the Chicago Bears next week.
oh,
Hell
boy.
yeah, dude.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
Then we had the Bills Cardinals, which
This
looked
game
like
pissed me off.
Yeah, less fun.
17-3 Cardinals, and then the Bills just woke up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also,
It turns out Josh Allen's still pretty good.
Yeah,
Josh
I was
Allen.
literally just
Not
going to
bad.
say exactly that.
Yep. Ran for 2 touchdowns, threw for 2 touchdowns. Yep.
he didn't need the tools. He can do it himself.
Yeah. So they had Greg Rousseau had 3 sacks. That's a lot of sacks.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
Kyler Murray
I only got
forgot
one.
that Marvin Harrison Jr. was on the team because he got
Bro,
1 catch.
I am losing patience with this guy. I've been so pro Kyler for so long, but like game after game, it's just like, bro, you got to figure this out. It's been too long now. Like you have the keys to the kingdom. He just keeps like every time he'll dart off for like a 15-yard gain, I'll be like, okay, sick, we're back. And then he just makes 3 to 4 boneheaded plays in a row that just have you wondering what the hell's going on out there.
Yeah. It's they also had a kickoff return for a touchdown from DJ Dallas.
Oh,
First
I
one of
don't
the
remember that.
season.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas.
I think I'm watching it right. What watching? I'm watching it right now on the highlights. Oh no, I'm not, or am.
Oh.
They had
yeah,
a really
this was-
another good return, so I guess that's a weakness of the Cardinals.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it just the Cardinals like came out just so pumped up, and I think once things settled down, I think Buffalo was just the better team, and they just kind of rolled them over. So
Yeah.
it's Bills are still good. I think the Cardinals are gonna be better than last year, but
We keep fucking saying that.
I mean,
When's it gonna happen?
yeah,
As a Jets fan, I am not a fan of this game. I'll tell you that because
Yep.
the Bills still look. I mean, they still look like they're definitely going to be a playoff team. Honestly,
Yeah.
out of
I
week
mean,
one.
if you have Josh Allen, like he's still got like they
Mhm.
drafted like Khalil Shakir, or I think Shakir was from last year, a rookie, I think. And then Keon Coleman's their new rookie, had 51 yards. Shakir had a touchdown. They brought
Yeah.
in MVS had a 19-yard catch.
Yeah.
Curtis Samuel had 15 yards. Like they're spreading the ball around.
Allen hurdled a man again.
He hurdled,
hurdled
a
a man again.
man.
Yep.
Keeps
He's
doing
never
that.
going to stop hurdling a man.
Not until
Yeah.
they stop him.
Yeah.
Like to me the biggest question mark, they lost so many players on defense, but their defense did okay. I guess they still gave up 28 points, so it's like they're going to have to beat teams in shootouts is what I think it's going to come down to.
I mean, they do have the defensive head coach in Sean McDermott, so
Yeah.
you know.
Um,
See, this is my other complaint with defensive head coaches.
Yep.
But it looks like the Bills aren't falling into this trap. A lot of times, defensive head coaches want defensive players, so they pitch the GMs to draft more defensive players, and then you have all defensive players, and you have a great defense, and that's great, but you can't score anything.
Mhm.
I think if you have a defensive-minded head coach, you should tell the GM, get all offense. I can hold it together with rubber bands and paper clips. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my job.
Yeah.
So but that does seem more like what the Bills are going for. Is they want to focus on supporting Josh Allen, which I think is the right call.
Yeah. And yeah, I agree. I think it is the right call. But I also agree that offensive-minded head coaches are just better. Number one, because you can't have them get like poached by another team.
That's the main thing, honestly.
Yeah. Because as soon as your guy's like, dude, he's a good offense, he's gonna get a job somewhere else. Like 100%. So
like the Chiefs have a new OC, like again this year, I think, right?
Well, it's just Andy Reid with the Chiefs?
Is Andy Reid?
Is it just
Yeah, Andy
basically,
Reid's designing all the shit. Like he doesn't care. It's
That's true.
In fact, I think because you have Sean McVay, you have Matt LaFleur, like all offensive guys. You have I guess the Lions are they have Ben Johnson, I think is their OC. But he's just like, he didn't even want to take a coaching job because he's having fun with the Lions. But I get that. Like,
That is
plus Dan
cool,
Campbell's just like a cool coach to be working for, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do think offensive-minded head coaches are just better.
Yeah.
Either that or you need like the typical like Harbaugh style coach or something.
Yeah, like a guy whose defensive specialization but is an all-rounder type of dude. You know, like
they're like a manager of the entire team. Like they know what's going on everywhere and everything. Anyway, then we had the Titans Bears. I watched this entire game. Let me tell you about it. It was
Go ahead.
It was the most Chicago Bear win I have ever seen.
Classic.
The Bears were down 17-3. All right. Caleb Williams looked absolutely terrible. All of my scouting I've been talking about since the draft came to fruition. Like it was everything I said would happen. Like did. He looked like he was still trying to play in college. He had the one where he like tried to scramble around like a college play, but he lost like 30 yards. He had some cool throws, which again, that's what I said. I'm like, dude, he's got the arm talent. He makes some cool throws, and everyone's like, look, he made a cool throw. And then he'll just like miss a wide open receiver deep. And then he'll like make some bad throws, which he actually got really lucky. He had 2 tip balls that went like 30 feet into the air that somehow one of them got caught by a Bears player, and then they fumbled it and they got it back. And the other one just went incomplete. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, that should have been like 2 easy interceptions that somehow didn't get picked off. I was like, all right, whatever. He did have Keenan Allen drop a touchdown. So he actually should have had a touchdown if Keenan Allen knew how to catch the ball, which he should in his like 13th year. But he just like he looked like a rookie quarterback, and I think it just bothered me the whole year. People being like, Caleb Williams, he's the next Patrick Mahomes. He's going to carry us to victory. Here we go. And I was like, dude, from what I've seen, I don't think so. And then he plays, and I don't think so. But again, the Bears' interior offensive line is absolute garbage, like real bad. Like their center and guards are terrible. The tackles are good, but they're getting destroyed every play. Like it is real bad. So That's why the people are like, oh, he's bad in college because his offensive line's bad. I'm like, you guys know where he went? Like, they're not doing him any favors here either. I still think he needs like a full year to like just really develop before we start like actually judging him. Like, I want him to be bad because I think it's funny if the Bears they get like some superstar prospect and he turns out badly because I don't like the Bears. But I don't hate the guy. Like, I think it's fun if teams have good players that play against each other and we have good football games. Like, I'd rather have that than like, here comes another Bears Packer blowout game or something. Like, I don't know. But anyway, the Bears blocked a punt, which they then returned for a touchdown. All right.
Nice.
They also had a like 70-yard kickoff return. Okay. They also had a pick six where Will Levis practically just gave him the ball. He like may as well have just walked up to the defender and been like, hey, you guys take this. And they'd be like, wow, thanks, and ran it back. Like, it was that bad.
It was bad.
It was so bad. Like, he could have thrown it away. He could have done literally anything. And he was like, blah, and he like tossed it up in the air right to the Bears.
Bro, neither of these offenses deserve to win this game.
No, it was.
And like, I think this is like, I will retire from the show if either of these teams have more than 10 wins this year. Like, this
Yeah.
is just
Yeah.
mediocre to middling at its finest.
What blew my mind is Tony Pollard was actually running the ball well. There was a drive. They like ran down the field. Tony Pollard was running it. They were doing some quarterback sneaks with Will Levis. I'm like, dude, this is great. Just keep running the ball. And then they just stopped running it. And I don't know why teams do this. I'm like,
I would hate to have Tony Pollard in fantasy after that. That would be terrible.
I'm like, they would have better, even if every play they ran was for like 1 yard, they would have been better off doing that and just punting. Like, I think they would have won the game if they did that. But instead, they were like, Will Levis, go. And then he just like handed the game over. And then they tried to punt.
Will Levis, use Thunderbolt.
In fact, I think they would have been better off just not punting. They would have just been better off like running on fourth down, and they still would have won.
I'm starting to see what you guys are saying when you say that watching the Titans makes you hate them, because boy, does it.
Yeah.
And so it's like, dude, that's why they're like, oh, Malik Willis got sacked 6 times when he played with the Titans. I'm like, dude, I'm surprised he didn't get sacked like 20. Like, Jesus, this team's terrible.
Yep.
I think we're at the point of the Titans hatred that we can start talking about how they should change their name to the Oilers again.
Oh yeah, I'm with that.
The thing is, like, right? I like the Titans. I think their colors are cool. I like the logo. I like all that. It's just I hate watching their team they put together every year.
I have a counterpoint. I don't like their logo. I think it's annoying and stupid in the same way that the Jets is stupid logo, because it does. You're the Titans. Make your logo a Titan. What is this? What is this circle that's on fire? What does that mean?
That would be one less mythological figure represented in team names, and I feel like we're for that, but it is being underutilized in this instance. I'll give you that.
Exactly.
I do think we need an actual Titan.
Make a brand partnership with Attack on Titan. Get one of those monsters as the mascot. You know what I'm saying?
That show's kind of canceled, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's over. It just finished. So.
No, like morally, I think.
Oh well, yeah. There's a lot. I mean, there are issues with yeah.
It's
get into that.
So anyway, when the Nazis
listen, can the Tennessee Titans please just not play how they're playing? That's all I wanted. And then the funny part is just
things different.
The funniest part to me was this was like, here we go, guys. The new era of Chicago Bears football with our new star quarterback and offense. That's like what the people on the radio and media were saying. And we literally got the most Bears football win that I've ever seen. In fact, this was the first time the Bears have scored less than 150 yards and 0 touchdowns or some shit and won the game since 2006. So which
is like more recent than you'd think.
It is more recent than you
given
think.
Those parameters. That's a difficult thing to do.
Yeah. It's just every year is just that's what the Bears do. It's just special teams and defense. And it looks like they're doing it again.
Yep.
So we'll see how they play against the Texans. I have no faith in the Bears. I think the Texans are going to shred them. and it's going to be a like blowout game.
Mm.
That's what
And Titans fix your logo.
And Titans fix your logo.
Yeah.
Also, let me rewind to the Packer real quick. All right. We
Oh,
got
God damn it.
AJ Dillon. All right. AJ Dillon, not even on the team anymore. We ran Josh Jacobs up the middle and it didn't work. Stop running up the middle. Okay.
You're 5 games back, Grindor. Come on.
Sorry, I forgot about that. I had to get it out. That's like that's the one play where like every year I'm like, stop running AJ Dillon up the middle, and now he's not there, and they're like, Josh Jacobs up the middle. I'm like, no, God, no, stop, please.
Do I go up the middle?
Just is mayonnaise up the middle?
Yes.
Jaguars Dolphins.
He didn't cook on that one.
Russ's.
Would you guys eat dolphin?
What?
So they played football.
Can we just reset this segment real quick so that Rob didn't ask us
I'm
if
just
we would
saying,
eat
if
dolphin?
somebody offered you a plate of dolphin steak,
I
are
don't
you
want to
turning them
answer the
down?
question, man.
Tank Bigsby, that's a fun name. He ran for 73 yards. Travis Etienne ran for 44 and a touchdown. Trevor Lawrence, 12 of 21, 162 and a touchdown. Those are very okay numbers.
We do need to point out that this game basically hinged on the Jags were about to put it away, and then ETN fumbled it into the end zone, and then the Dolphins went down and scored and tied the game, and then it was just it's classic Jacksonville. Like all of these teams that are bad, I don't know what like universal force is keeping them doing the same ass shit every year, but it's just so funny. Because we keep saying, oh, that's classic Bears. That's classic Jets. How does this keep happening?
Yeah, dude, like a chaos demon ripped that shit from his hands.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like teams get they make who they are through like coaching decisions and like all these things. And then all of a sudden it loops back around. It's the Packers, the quarterbacks. That's why I'm like, dude, Malik Willis going to go out there. He's going to like ball out and people be like, wow. And then they'll trade him to like the Giants and he'll suck ass again.
Dude, I have a theory of this is how, magic actually works. Is like, why do these cursed things keep happening to these cursed teams? I think it's partly because even if they don't consciously admit it, all the players on those teams, there's a little tiny whisper at the back of their minds, in these moments where they're like, we're the Jags though. Like even if they can quiet it,
it's when the Minnesota Vikings kicker, no matter who it is, just hears a whisper in the wind that says, "You're playing in Minnesota."
Yeah,
dude, that's like, or if you're like Jimmy Haslam and you're like, "We're getting good. Should we resign Baker Mayfield?" And he's like, "We're the Browns."
And
he's like, "Yeah, we'll
Browns real quick while we're on the subject."
Guaranteed
money. Yeah, it's
bro,
gotta work.
This just further reinforced the fact that the Dolphins are at any given moment in a game, it's just like one step away from, all of a sudden we've got an 80-yard bomb down the sideline. Like no other team has this kind of bomb potential.
Oh yeah, it's Tyreek Hill. They have Tyreek.
Yeah,
it
well, Waddle
me
too,
that I
man.
didn't
Waddle,
get to draft. Obviously CMC is great, but man, it would have been so nice to have Tyreek Hill on your team.
Yeah.
Well, not this year CMC, at least week 1.
He'll be back.
Yeah.
I shout out to the person who had CMC on their team in fantasy and then lost when they only needed like 4 points to win their game or something.
That was fucking brutal, dude.
That is hilarious.
There's gotta be so many mad people.
I would have been very mad because I almost lost my game because I should have started Baker Mayfield over Patrick Mahomes.
Yep, there's your.
Which
first
again,
mistake.
I'll go on record as saying you would have been institutionalized for making a choice like that.
But imagine, I mean, none of you would ever live that down.
There was a point where it's like it's versus the Ravens defense as opposed to versus the Commanders defense.
That is,
I was saying there's a justification for it.
It's Mahomes over Mayfield. Come on now.
Yeah, but like the Bucks are also they got Godwin, they got Evans, like they got a good offense.
Yeah,
Which, by the
I mean,
way, I
I
had Chris
think-
Godwin. You got me like.
I think you
21
should
points.
always pick against the defense that you're playing rather
Yeah.
than for the player you're playing,
Which,
unless
yeah.
it's like a psycho. Like
Last
Well,
year,
it's
Tyreek Hill or
Patrick
something.
Mahomes. You
Dude,
know what I mean?
like
last
Mahomes.
But Mahomes
Yeah.
does. Mahomes is like the quarterback, so his results rely more on the defense than something like a random wide receiver like
you
Tyreek Hill, who can just
would've,
run really fast and catch a 100-yard bomb. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like if you would have picked last year Bryce Young against the Packers, he had like 4 touchdowns and like 300 yards. So I mean,
Yeah.
You're not gonna do that.
but if you did that week,
Mhm.
be a genius. No
genius.
Anyway, Dolphins look about the same as last year. They're
They're gonna be
an
good.
Yeah.
offensive.
They'll be dangerous.
Fucking
If they stay healthy.
Yeah.
yeah.
True.
And the Jaguars still look good. Like I don't think they're gonna be bad. It's just they're the Jaguars.
No, sorry. Let me turn off this tea kettle.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Can you hear that feedback?
Yeah, a lot of feedback and the kettle. That was a lot. All right, Broncos Seahawks. This
Man, 2 of my games that I picked as upsets were 1-score games. That pissed me off greatly.
Rough, yeah.
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix looks terrible.
Yep.
Well, he got caught up in Geno season. Is all that happened here. He didn't realize he was in the midst
Gino
of year
didn't
3
look
of Geno's
good
season.
either.
Geno opened the game up with a really bad pick.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, I thought it was Geno's season again, but maybe
This was
not.
Kenneth Walker, the 3rd season, is what it was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 103 and a touchdown.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was kind of just a bad game.
Yeah, it's a bad game, dude. I barely remember anything of what happened here. Bo Nix was not good, but I mean, I think we've come to terms with the fact that basically all of these rookie QBs are going to suck ass for the first few games.
Yeah, I mean, people keep being like, dude, CJ Stroud. Like, CJ Stroud is an outlier. Like, not everybody's going to be CJ Stroud. Like,
He's a fucking freak, dude.
even good quarterbacks for like throughout history. Like, they always talk about how Peyton Manning threw like 8,000 interceptions in his first year and like all these quarterbacks, right? But so you never know. Like, they have to learn.
Sorry,
The NFL.
Peyton Manning.
Yeah, he's Peyton. You see that?
Peyton,
The ad?
Peyton Manning.
Peyton.
Only
Have
60
they not
times.
done that? Have they not done that bit?
No,
They
they
should
did
do
that.
that on the Manning. Oh, okay. Thank God.
It's a
That
commercial.
was right there.
It's
I
a
didn't see it.
commercial,
Okay.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't see
and
it.
she says, "Oh, Peyton."
How did you watch football? Because it only played 6 billion times.
I guess
Yeah.
not.
It did play like 8 billion times, and she's like, "Peyton," and he's like,
Peyton, and they keep it's something about ads that repeat things over and over. They fry my brain, and I become a
get the
fucking
joke.
feral beast that needs to fucking rip something apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game was bad because we're talking about the Peyton Manning ad instead of talking about it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Speaking of bad games, the Chargers Raiders also played.
Jesus
Both
Christ,
these teams
dude.
looked bad.
Mhm.
They did.
Okay, we need to talk about Antonio Pierce's fucking dog shit ass decision to punt on 4th down and basically lost the game outright. It was insane.
Yeah,
It was like
it's-
4th and 1 on like the 40 or something. It was bad. And they punted and there was like 4 minutes left. Like it was literally like they have that punt surrender index thing. You guys see
Yeah.
that? It
Yeah.
ranked in the 99.9% of cowardly punts of all time. It was horrible. It was a game losing decision, and that like I like Antonio Pierce, but you cannot do that. You cannot do
sucks,
that in
dude,
this day
yeah.
and age.
Yeah, that was bad.
Like that would have been a bad punt in the fucking 80s. Like it was horrible.
Yeah.
Minshew looked okay. He
Yeah.
was,
He always looks okay.
He does
yeah, I
always
guess
look
that's kind of
okay.
his.
He always makes you think
expectation.
like, is Minshew like good? And then no,
This guy.
Devontae
who
Adams.
does look good, J.K. Dobbins. Ooh,
Yeah, J.K. Dobbins, 135 and a touchdown. Yeehaw.
10
Yeah.
carries. That's a hell of an average, dude.
That
Mhm.
is a lot of yards off 10 carries. Devontae Adams wants to get out of there. 100%.
Oh, yeah.
He's. I guarantee.
Come over,
you.
Dante, over here. This way.
Mhm.
This way.
I mean, I don't know.
This way
There's
over
a
here.
guy that you might
Right there.
like playing with
Yeah,
over
That's true.
New York.
You don't have the money.
Well, yeah, that's probably true. But we could cut Alan Lazard.
That's true. You could get rid of Alan Lazard.
That'd be so
Uh,
fucked up.
So yeah, the Chargers won. Cowboys Browns, which
Oh,
before this
sometimes-
game, Dak Prescott got paid.
He did literally like 30 minutes before the game started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Did you
mean-
guys? Sorry, before we move on to this game, did you guys mention that it was Harbaugh's first
Yeah,
Oh,
it didn't
yeah.
really
Back?
feel like it because he's playing the Raiders, like
Yeah,
it's-
I'm gonna
Preseason.
Who do they play? Who do they play next week? Let's see. I'm pulling up the schedule. The Chargers
Tonky was decent too.
will be playing the the Panthers. Okay, it's gonna need another
right.
week until we
All right.
see.
Then it'll
if
be the
this team-
Steelers though. That'll be fun.
Oh my god,
Oh.
I am totally starting Justin Herbert next week over Joe Burrow
Yeah.
if that's the case.
That's that's 100%.
Yeah.
Ezekiel Elliott ran for 40 yards and a touchdown this game.
Yeah. He's
Cool.
back.
He's back,
He's
dude.
just back there, dude.
He's
Yeah.
back. And I mean, listen, it's the Cowboys. All right, they're gonna win regular season games.
They're gonna win
Yeah.
12 games and lose the first round. Yeah, we know
I'm
that.
doing this now because I just looked and the Chiefs are or the Bengals are playing the Chiefs. So yeah, no Joe Burrow, not
Yeah.
this week.
Oh, he's
Goodbye.
gonna get
Oh my god,
annihilated, yeah.
the Cowboys and Browns each had 11 penalties each. 22
Oh yeah, I
penalties.
remember that. Yeah. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Watson sucked balls and dick.
Oh,
and
he
cock.
was
Yeah.
so bad, and it just was so good to watch it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bro got
Big
sacked
fan.
6 times.
Hell
Dude,
yeah.
Does
2
he have any clauses in his
interceptions.
contract about being benched? Because they might just fucking bench him, dude. He stinks. you know?
Yeah, I mean, they should.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Flacco ran the offense better at like 45 years old.
Who's their
Joe
backup?
Flacco was
I'm
guy?
looking
almost
at this-
taking him on a new run.
The Cowboys have 33 points and only 265 total yards. That's crazy.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is crazy.
Who is the backup quarterback there? Is it Dorian Thompson Robinson? Oh no, it's Winston.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
that's
Jameis
right.
Winston.
Crab
Jameis
legs.
Dude, you
Winston,
may as
dude.
well throw Jameis Winston in there.
Yeah, I mean
That's
now
cool.
at this point, yeah.
They'll throw it up to Amari Cooper, and Amari Cooper might actually catch that shit.
I think Amari
Mhm.
Cooper had a tweet where somebody was like, "You might get traded," and he was just like, "I hope so," or some shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was the
man.
Brandon Ayuk saga.
Yeah,
or
the
whatever.
Brandon Ayuk one. So yeah, it's I think even the Browns players are not too happy. So that happened. Then Buccaneers Commanders, which
Not even as close as the score says.
yeah. However, Jaden Daniels ran for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns.
There was a little bit of garbage time, I think, on one of those. I'm
was
not
there?
buying any Jaden Daniels stock yet. I think that this was a bad game from him, and some garbage time stats made him look better than he actually was.
That's probably true, yeah. Although I do have Brian Robinson Jr. He ran for 40 yards and a touchdown and caught 49 yards.
Sick.
Yep. And I have
I mean,
Luke McCaffrey, dude. He got more points than Christian McCaffrey did. He got like 4.
Is he related actually?
Yes.
Nice.
It's his brother, I think.
Oh yeah, he's good.
I mean-
Yeah, he's his brother.
Baker Mayfield not only lit it up, he lit it up to many different receivers. Like Godwin, 83 yards, Rashad White, 75, Mike Evans, 61, Jalen McMillan, 32. Like he threw it
Yeah.
to everyone, and everyone caught it.
I think I went off on this exact tangent near the end of last year, but we need to give Mike Evans his fucking flowers, dude, because that has been like bar none one of the most consistent receivers in the league since he got drafted. Like
Yeah.
unbelievable how good he just always is, and we just kind of assume it's going to happen.
Even with just
He's-
random ass dudes. He puts up
Yeah,
1,000 yards.
I was about to say he is this generation's Larry Fitzgerald.
Yeah, he
Mhm.
really
Like-
is. Yeah.
Big time.
So,
Yeah,
I think
anyway.
he was catching passes from like Ryan Fitzpatrick in his first
It doesn't
year.
matter. Yeah,
Something.
he'll catch them balls. No matter
Always
who's
getting
throwing them.
1,000 yards.
He got
Mhm.
1,000 yards with Josh McCown and Mike Glennon.
Yep.
That should be worthy of a Hall of Fame slot by
Yeah.
itself.
It really should.
Seriously.
Yeah, Jameis Winston, Ryan Fitzpatrick. Like,
I wonder how close he is on the all-time records for like volume stuff now.
I
I don't know
That
if he's
seems
really
fun.
competing for those, but it's just like consistency. I
think
think
he
is
would.
like the most valuable asset in any player on any team,
Yeah.
and like you get it from him in spades.
Yeah, it's just wild. Like literally every year he's got over 1,000 yards.
Mhm.
Every year.
And he's gonna be Baker's go-to again all year this year.
Yep. And Godwin, which
Yeah.
I'm glad because fantasy team.
Yeah, Buck's looking pretty good though.
Bucks probably
Yep.
looking like the best team in that division.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we had Lions Rams, which
Oh, man.
was a wild
Great game. Great
Crazy
game.
game. Yeah.
It was a good game.
There was one play where the Rams should have kicked the field goal, and instead they went for it on 4th down, and Matt Stafford rolled his ankle. Puka Nacua is where he hurt his knee, and then their left tackle also sprained his MCL. All in one play, and they didn't convert it.
Just watch their season blow up in one play.
Yeah, it's just like a thing they shouldn't have done anyway. I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm pretty bummed about Puka, man. Like it's such
Yeah.
a disappointing thing when he had such a
Cooper
incredible
Cup
rookie season.
drafters being like,
As a
Yeah.
updrafter, yeah, I was gonna say there is a little bit of a silver lining to it for me.
Yo, I got.
Does suck.
I
Well,
had
he's not
Jared-
going to be out for all year, right? Though.
I hope not.
No, it's like probably 4 weeks.
it, it was IR, right?
I think it is IR. The thing with like the
Oh,
MCL sprain, because a lot of these are like wide receivers and then like Jordan Love, but like as a wide receiver, you have to like run and cut, which is like real hard on the like as a quarterback, you put a brace on and they're like throw the ball fast, so it's
Yeah.
like much less bad, and you just kind of
they're planting their feet and locking their knees up all the damn time.
Yeah. So like as a receiver, it's like real hard. And even if you are like forcing yourself to play on it, you're not going to be as fast or as agile as you need to be. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's
But I
it's rough.
mean, it was a pretty instantaneous transformation for Stafford to go right back to his go-to guy from Nakua to Cup.
Mhm.
I think it was. I'm double checking. Yeah, 21 fucking targets for Cup in this game, which is a lot. Nearly
That is a
half
lot.
of Stafford's
Yeah.
49 throws went to Cup.
Well,
Yeah.
We
he
keep
did have that
forgetting
one-
how good Stafford is. I don't know why we just
Yeah.
keep forgetting how good Matthew Stafford is. It's kind
I
of
don't
silly.
forget.
That's
we
why,
all
uh,
forget,
champion,
Rob. All
dude.
of us equally.
in our fantasy draft, everyone's like, "You didn't take quarterback." I'm like, "Dude, there's like Matt Stafford left in round like 10. Like, I think I'm
Yeah.
good." But I got Jared Goof instead, and he did all right. He got me like 18
Yeah.
points or something.
His
The
volume.
Lions were running the ball so well, and then they did that thing where they just stopped running the ball, and
Yep.
then they started
Yeah.
losing, and then overtime happened. They were like, "We should just run the ball," and then they ran the ball and
Yeah.
won.
Which was great because I have David Montgomery. Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, that was actually he had a super hot hand at the end of the game.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
like, they
everybody was
put- they-
tired, and he was just
Yeah.
balling
Yeah.
through him.
Mhm.
So
This
it's-
was my weekly reminder that Aiden Hutchinson is really good.
Yep, he is insane. Very, very good.
come on.
also-
Look, if my team's not gonna win the Super Bowl, whatever. But can like a fun team like the Lions win? Like,
Yeah.
like just I want to watch a team that just exudes fun and has cool plays and cool players and like that. I just gotta have that, please. Like,
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree too.
especially a team that hasn't won ever, like the Lions.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let them have it.
Also, Jameson Williams, 121 yards and a touchdown this game.
He's good.
is good.
Watch out. This team is throwing to Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jamison Williams, and Sam Laporta. Like, come on.
Yeah,
And Gibbs, man.
Yep.
Yeah, this
yeah,
team
Gibbs
should be
Montgomery.
is going to put like 30 plus points up a game probably this
yeah.
season.
Their
It's
offensive
ridiculous.
line is also top 3, I believe.
I mean, Penei Sewell is one of the greatest players in the league right now. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I wanted to mention, by the way, did you guys see that Cooper Cup toe drag?
yep, it's
Oh
clean.
yeah, I saw that.
It was just textbook, man.
Classic Cup, brother.
It
In
really
fact,
was.
after the game, the Lions are the #1 offensive line in
Wow.
football,
Nice.
followed by the Eagles. So
Hell yeah, Detroit.
yeah, that's a scary team with that good of an offensive line, as well as like numerous other good players all around it.
Let's get that Houston Detroit Super Bowl this year, baby.
I'd be down, honestly.
I'd personally be down for Packer Houston Super Bowl, but it's,
Well, I would
I
like
don't
a
know about
Jets
that.
Giants Super Bowl if we're being honest.
dude, I was so last year I was so upset because I was like, dude, it's gonna be Packers Lions, and I won't even be mad if the Packers lose because I like the Lions, and then
Mhm.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But wait, who was
Probably
the
be that
worst
way this
O-line?
year.
Yep, probably. The worst O-line rankings were Patriots, Saints, Titans, Giants. Yeah, it checks out.
And the Steelers aren't on that list, so that's good for me.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
after week one, that's pretty much you're just reading off the sack numbers in reverse, right? Basically.
well, it's like PFR.
Oh,
rankings,
okay.
So,
So there's some other shit that they do.
yeah, there's some other shit going on.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. They're looking at like footwork and blocks and ass.
Look at them thighs.
Damn, look at that ass slide. Give him put him at number 15. PFR, what are you doing?
Yeah, I don't know if this is a reputable organization.
Yeah, I don't think it is. So yeah, that game happened, and then we had the New York Jets 49ers.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
I mean, it was fun for
We
5
did.
minutes, wasn't it?
It was pretty fun.
There was
for a bit.
there was one look. Let me preemptively give you an overview of my thoughts, which is that if you had to lose to any team, the Niners are one that you can kind of give a little bit of a pass over.
Yeah,
considering they're really good.
Yeah.
However,
You can't pass over him. The defense is too good. Continue.
right? Yeah. The other thing is that it's not. We don't have like a young gun QB or anything though, right? So I mean, we are supposed to be beating these teams now. Now that Rodgers is here, we should be beating them.
Yep.
Or at least being in kind of contention, which we were not in this game at all. And they even pulled Rodgers in the fourth quarter because it was so over.
Yeah.
So
Tyrod Taylor.
yeah. So I mean, like, by the way, I actually like Tyrod Taylor.
Oh,
He's
love
probably he's one of the best backups in the league. I
He's a
think,
great dude.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's a nice guy too. But the yeah, so I do want to say overall, Nathaniel Hackett and Robert Saleh still pretty terrible coaches, I think. I don't think
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers changes anything about that, really, is they seem kind of not good. I mean, especially considering that the Niners just demolished our defense completely on the field.
Defensive-minded coach.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, right? Is that like we're supposed to, at the very least, have that going for us, right? But we
Yep.
didn't. And
Well, I mean,
that's
luckily
frustrating.
Christian McCaffrey was just right.
Yeah, exactly. Like
their
we got,
their backup running back came in and got 147 yards and a touchdown.
he actually broke records as undrafted as an undrafted guy,
Yeah.
or he was close to breaking the record or something. So yeah, that's really embarrassing. Week 1, Robert Saleh, defensive-minded head coach. Now, like, in fairness to Robert Saleh, the defense did improve over his tenure, which is nice. But it would be really helpful if it was there in this game, because it wasn't. Especially our run defense. So in the offseason, what happened is, what had happened was JFM.
Sorry.
Yeah, they got rid of JFM. They got rid of another one of our interior guys, and they got Hassan Reddick on the intention of having him replace them.
Whoopsie.
Well, he's holding out,
Yeah.
and our interior D line is fucking terrible. It seems because they were just bodying our D line all night. And Aaron Rodgers, I will say, there was one singular drive.
We're always going to have that one drive.
That one drive was the most competent drive that I have ever seen Jets team perform.
Yeah.
And I mean that, like, I was thinking about it. I wrote this in the chat too, because I was thinking about it. Even when the Jets were good, Mark Sanchez couldn't do that one drive that Aaron Rodgers pulled with Breece Hall and Garrett Wilson. We didn't have any guys like that.
Yeah.
So, that was nice to see. However, Alan Lazard is still starting for some reason.
Well, he's
And-
Aaron
and-
Rodgers' friend, Rob.
Like, if you look at the stats, like, Alan Lazard, he had 2 touchdowns on the night. One of them was in garbage time. But it's like, I just don't, I don't know why is Alan Lazard and Garrett Wilson getting an equal amount of receptions? You know what I mean? Like, what's going
I'm
on
honestly
there?
shocked by that because it felt for a while there like Wilson was the only one getting targets at all. which
Yeah,
was
well-
probably deservedly the case.
Well, I mean, I think that started when they went 3 and out on their first drive out in very classic Jets fashion.
Yep.
And it was actually a run pass on their first this is their design, by the way. Your first drive, every team designs their whole first drive, right? They design the whole thing
Yep.
from beginning to
They
end.
script it.
And sometimes they even script the second drive too. And ours started with a run pass, and the pass was to Alan Lazard, who of course dropped the ball, and it was a 3 and out. And then after that, he pretty much like threw only to Garrett Wilson. Also, I haven't read any stories about why the fuck Sauce Gardner was pulled out of the game, because
Oh, I
they
did.
had a oh yeah, did they
said-
say why?
He got the wind knocked out of himself, so he was just waiting to catch his breath, essentially.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So good. I would have had another point if it was like some discipline bullshit. I
We
would've
don't
been
like
so
the way
mad.
you talk to that player out there.
Yeah. I would be real upset. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Overall, it's like whatever. It's fine. There were very positive things. I'm glad Aaron Rodgers is here. Hopefully he stays healthy. Because we could they were talking about in the game that our strength of schedule is actually we are supposed to have an easy schedule.
Yeah.
But it's also week 1. So you know
Yeah.
how that always goes.
Week 1 against 49ers is pretty tough.
Yeah, and it's Aaron Rodgers' first game in 2 years, so
Yeah.
I mean, whatever.
Like overall, he did look good. Like he was doing Aaron Rodgers things. He was the highest graded Jets player on their team. So
That makes sense.
yeah, I mean, I think they're gonna be solid. I think the 49ers are just a very good football team that like even week 1, like this team just played in the Super Bowl. Like if anything,
Yeah.
they're like they're gonna be the most ready next to like the Chiefs. You
Yeah.
know. Plus they
Well,
have veterans and
and-
everything.
I just hope that going forward, Nathaniel Hackett, Aaron Rodgers, Robert Saleh, they put their heads together and they come up with a brilliant plan, which is feed the ball to Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
Just do that, please.
Just like Belichick was saying, Wilson.
Yeah, seriously, please. Oh yeah, can we talk about that?
Oh yeah, the Belichick
Oh,
thing.
right. Yeah. It's time for that now.
Yeah, do it.
So why in the year 2024, in the year of our Lord 2024, I'm currently hosting a podcast
Yeah.
with 3 dum-dums, with 3 total knobs
Yeah.
who very easily could hit a button real quick and flip on a video feed live with no delay. Now, Rob and I speculated there's got to be something we don't understand. And if you're privy to it, by the way, in the comments, please let us
Yeah.
know what the fuck's going on here. Why in the hell do they still have a 3 to 5 second delay on their video feed
So-
on ESPN?
Here is my suspicion. This is my suspicion when I was watching it more. Is they're running on that old television connection that goes through the broadcast camera, right? Because they had Bill Belichick in this like super high def broadcast camera. He was probably in an ESPN studio somewhere.
I
like,
assume
nearby
it's a
wherever he was.
satellite feed.
Yeah, probably. But you still see this on newscasts and stuff, right? Where
Yeah.
they have that delay, and that's because of that the I guess whatever the technology is involving the high definition broadcast television cameras. But I mean, I think in my opinion, if that is the reason, then the Manning cast should prioritize seamless conversation over high quality camera image. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
Without
I
a
don't
doubt.
really give a shit about seeing all the pores on Bill Belichick's face. He's a nice guy. Well, I don't know if he's a nice guy, but I mean he's a guy. So I'm just saying, like, it doesn't matter if they have shitty video feed. The audio is way more important, and this is every guest. Every guest has this delay.
Well, Adam Sandler didn't have that delay. I was watching.
Yeah, his was a little bit better, but yeah.
Was
I
he in
don't
the
know, man, it's fucking
studio at
ridiculous.
all?
No.
Like whenever they get
was in his
people
house.
like that's. Oh, okay, yeah.
Which like they may as well just like hop into a Discord call with him.
Yeah.
That's
come
what we
on.
were saying, dude. They literally could just download Discord, but that's the thing is that you would lose the video quality, right?
But
And there
not
would be no
that
way-
badly. And also, he's in a tiny
Yeah.
fucking square. Like,
Yeah.
no one would know.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You could literally just like put a picture of Bill Belichick with like a clown mask
Make 'em
on. or something.
Googly
VTubers.
eyes.
Yeah, make him a VTuber. Like, come on.
That would be hilarious, actually.
It would be very good.
Belichick
VTuber
VTuber on the Manning
Belichick.
cast. I'd be into that.
Mm.
Anyway,
like
yeah,
the
I was
last person that would want
irrationally
that.
upset about it because I can't believe that's still a thing. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they have to fix it, dude. It's bad.
They really should. I mean, it really because that shows all about the conversation, right?
Yeah, it's like the appeal to the Manning cast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't care if I see him. Like, I'd rather just hear him talking and give his
Yeah.
opinion. So yeah, I mean, listen, this game boiled down to it was Aaron Rodgers versus the Jets or the 49ers. I guess versus the Jets as well with the amount they just dropped
Yeah.
and played terribly. But I've seen this story before. I was like, he's not going to beat them. And he did not. So I still think going forward, he's going to be pretty good. I think he's going to be solid. I think the Jets will be a playoff contender. And as long as he
Hope
stays
so.
healthy.
Yeah, I certainly hope so.
And those were all our football games. So
Yeah.
Mm.
Da-da-da,
Yeah.
da-da-da.
now we've got ourselves some
Power
power.
Power.
I was really hoping
Power.
that you remembered the order of the show because I did not.
remember it
I
for a
didn't
couple
remember it either.
seconds there. I was like,
Power
pick 'em
ranking.
power rank.
You get there eventually. Power rankings.
All right. We got the top 5 NFL.com power ranking power ranks, NFLBible.com power rankings, starting with
Mhm.
Rob.
Give me the Chiefs.
Yep. Bear.
I'll be taking the 49ers.
Yep. Apollo.
Plan.
The boys.
Nope.
What?
Whoa! nice.
Whoa!
Rob.
Didn't give him any love for that Browns win.
Yep.
Really?
Let's go with the Eagles.
Yep. Bear.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the Ravens.
Yes. And
Hell yeah.
Despite the loss, I figured, yeah, they'd probably still be up
The
there.
Lions?
yes, it is the
Oh.
Lions.
Hey, nice. Go
What's the
Lions.
boys?
Lions
go.
over the Cowboys.
Look at
The
that.
boys are 6 then?
I don't know. I need to pull up the actual full list.
I can't imagine there's a team that would be above them in this. Like I'm looking at the games, going like, I don't see a single team that.
The Cowboys are ranked.
Stat truck noise.
Does it every time. We can't stop it.
Yeah.
Don't you have the 6 through 10 like right in front of you? Like,
No, he's looking at the list that I sent
Yeah.
him from Pixel.
oh,
Oh wait, hold on. I've got it here now. I got to go to week 2. All right. The Cowboys are not number 6.
Oh.
They are
Number
number.
7?
Well,
Number
actually,
8?
Are there any questions about the Cowboys here? I'll tell you where they are after we do all the things. We got the thinnest.
Well, we know that they're not number 6, so you gave us
That's true.
one of
Hey,
32
we got him.
outs. Yeah.
The thinnest dink. We got +4. There's 4 teams that have risen. 3 teams that have risen 4 spots.
Ooh.
the Steelers.
No.
I can't win.
Um,
Oh, I mean, go. I got another one. I mean, I just start throwing out what I think it is.
Rob,
The
you go.
Jets.
Nope.
Oh, it's the Patriots, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
the Patriots
Yeah.
from
Damn it.
31 to 27.
Oh,
Damn.
nice.
Yep. Any
And
others?
then the other two, I don't know. maybe
NFC
the,
teams. NFC.
And
Oh, the Lions?
Nope.
No,
they
Hmm.
lost.
the Bucks.
Oh, they won.
Oh, they won.
It is the Buccaneers.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
that
okay.
makes
One
sense,
other
that makes
one.
sense. The Colts.
Nope. That's
Eagles?
AFC, Rob.
Yes.
Nope. Rob, in the span of 1 minute, said the Lions lost and that the Colts are in the NFC.
Oh, the
I live in the Bernstein
Vikings?
Bears universe, all right?
It is the New Orleans Saints.
I was going to
Oh,
say
come
Saints,
on! It's
okay,
the
yeah.
Panthers.
That's what I was going to say, dude. You should have just let me say it.
We got the fattest doinks. These teams fell 4 spots. There's 3 of them.
Huh.
The Falcons?
Yep, 19-23.
Oh,
Hey,
sure.
nice.
They fall for, but we don't rise for. Okay.
Oh, and then the opposite side of the Pats, the Bengals.
Yep, the Bengals going from 6 to 10.
Wow.
And one more.
Well, the Panthers can't fall any more than they already were. Maybe the Titans fell a bunch.
Nope.
Cleveland, just because fuck them.
Oh yeah,
it is
for
the
sure.
Cleveland Browns.
Let's go.
Yeah. Last season, who had the better combined record? Thinnest dinks or fattest doinks?
Oh, I bet it's fattest doinks just to throw us.
It's gonna be
Mm,
it's gonna be Thinnest Stinks.
I'm gonna say the fattest stinks
Nice.
Okay.
or the thinnest doinks.
Clever.
It is the fattest doinks.
Yeah,
Combined
yeah.
10 and 7 after their drops, while thinnest dinks were 12 and 11 after rising.
Huh.
Outside of the Chiefs and 49ers, there's only one other team that didn't change rank this week. Name that team.
Only one team that didn't change rank this week.
Yep.
Most
The
mid.
Panthers.
You are
Oh
correct.
yeah, of course.
That makes sense.
I
Yeah.
didn't think about
They
that.
are still the worst.
Dude, can I just say, I want to criticize Edhem and Eddie at home,
Yep.
which I think is fair here to criticize.
Okay.
Are you just stating that you're criticizing him, or do you?
Yeah,
have a
no, I
critique?
just wanted to say general criticism.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Allowed.
but really, it feels like he's phoning it in. What the hell's up with the 4 up, 4 down? Hey, there's other things happening
Make
in
some
the league.
bold
I'm
calls
saying.
so we can mock you for those specifically,
Yeah,
Ed.
what's the
Yeah.
matter with you? Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over the past 5 seasons, which team has the lowest average rank?
The Panthers.
The Jets. Oh.
Past 5 seasons.
Yep.
Ooh, I'm looking at
Giants?
all the teams. It's not
the
that
Giants is a-
one. No, because the Giants had that one good season where they made the playoffs.
That's right. That's
It's gotta be
right.
the Commanders.
It is the Commanders. An
Ah.
average rank of 25.4, and they've only been placed in the top half of the league 8 times in 93 weeks.
That makes sense, actually.
Runner-ups
Spooked.
are the Giants, Panthers, and Jets.
Oh, we
Yeah.
got all the runner-ups. Then.
You did get all the runner-ups.
That's good.
Yep.
Pretty good.
Then, finally, Baker Mayfield had a strong week 1 showing with the Bucks, but how does his current team rank compared to his old teams? The Browns, Bucks, and Rams were all ranked in the middle 10 spots, but how are they arranged?
I don't
Oh,
understand.
like we have to give
I
the
got
specific
very
ranks.
confused.
Yeah,
Oh, like
that is
which
a-
order?
Yeah.
How does this current team rank compared to his
Oh,
old teams?
right.
What is-
so the question is, what order
Order.
are the Browns, Bucks, and Rams?
What's the
ranked?
third
Yeah.
team? Browns, Rams, and what?
Bucks.
Bucks.
Buccaneers.
Oh, I thought there was a 30 he played on. Oh, it's probably Bucks, Rams, Browns.
No, I think it's Rams, Bucks, Brown.
I also think it's Rams, Bucks. Browns.
It's Rams, Bucks, Browns.
Let's go.
Oh,
And
whatever.
this isn't on the list, but where do you think the Dallas Cowboys are ranked?
I don't know.
7.
Fucking
Yeah.
14th, whatever.
I'm gonna say number 8.
It is number 8.
Whoa.
Man,
Whoa, the 8th.
Who's
say?
that? Who's ahead of them?
The Buffalo Bills, the Houston Texans,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and that's it.
wow.
And then the top 5.
That makes sense.
Power rankings, you're forgetting the Cowboys are very good in the regular season. They just don't know how to win playoff games.
No,
Yeah.
I will not defend Cowboys getting pushed up into the top
No,
5 for no reason.
That happens all the time. I expected it, man. Like they won.
Me too.
the-
Did Jerry Jones not keep up on his payment? This is what's happening.
I saw that the Cowboys asked Jerry Jones, they're like, do you think there's any hurt feelings because you took so long to pay him? And he was like, I never had anyone complain after making a shit ton of money or something like that. And he's right. And those are your NFL.com Bible power ranking, Ed and Eddie power rankings for
Pick
week 1.
them. Pick them.
Power
Pick
Pick
'em.
'em stats. Pick 'em stats. Pick 'em
I don't want
stats.
to do the pick'ems. Can we skip the pick'em stats
Nope.
this week?
Bear.
oh, I like this week.
Bear was the best out of all of us at 13
Yeah.
and 4. Woo.
All of us.
Then we had Discord also 13 and 4. TC Pilot and Rob 12 and 5.
Let's go.
Look at that.
I didn't know that I was that different from your
Yeah.
the rest of you guys.
Pretty solid. Then I went 10-7. I'll take it. And Apollo and Randy went 8-9.
You're gonna be
think
singing
we
a
almost
different
forgot
tune
Randy.
this week.
Are you
That
talking
might
to
be
Randy?
my. That might be my best week 1 pick'ems.
This is
stats.
definitely my best week one
Yeah.
pickups.
Yeah.
It might be. Honestly, I think this might be my best week 1 of pick'ems too. 10-7.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
Discord lost their lock for one of the rare.
Ooh.
instances
Yeah, you're
of
welcome,
that.
Crendor, for me stealing your luck that week.
God,
Yep.
we all picked even Randy picked the Bengals.
Yeah,
Wow,
man. That's
The
brutal.
Titans. If the Titans would have just. And then let's see. Oh, we got our bonus stats.
Mm-hmm.
Bonus stat. We usually don't do that, but I mean, I think
Bonus
bonus stats.
Big old barbecue bacon brisket bonus stats.
Week 1. First to worst. Week 1 is one of the highest weeks or toughest weeks. I saw GHEST. I was like, highest? Week 1 is one of the toughest weeks.
Are you okay?
No. Having the 4th lowest successful prediction rate overall. Week 3 is 55.6%. Week 10, 55.5. Week 11, 56.9. And week
55
1,
burgers, 55 fries,
55
55.
burgers, 55 fries. So actually, week 11, 10, and 3 are the other tough weeks, apparently.
Yeah,
That's
I guess we
interesting.
wait till next week for us
Yeah.
to all have our pick'ems absolutely fucked.
Yep.
Do you guys want to hypothesize as to why those weeks are difficult?
Well, we
Nope.
struggle to figure out the new team's week 1, and then
Yeah.
week 3 we still don't know.
I think week
Yeah.
3, there's still the false hope of like, this team's good, and then they lose,
Yeah.
and then you're like, oh.
yeah.
And then
I think week 3 is also initial injuries.
yeah.
That's might
yeah.
be what's.
And
yeah.
then I think weeks 10 and 11 are probably like a combination of bye weeks happening. So it gets a little trickier. And then I think injuries happen. And and rah,
That's
rah,
a fair
rah.
point too, honestly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, rah,
I
I
agree.
agree with that. Yeah, I was
Um,
thinking that it might be the trade deadline happens 2 weeks.
That's true,
before
too.
That.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Maybe that shakes shit up.
A big deal.
Hmm.
This was the first time Apollo has picked the Giants since week 2 of last season. This snaps a 15-game stretch the 15-game stretch was his longest pick against streak ever.
Wow.
So-
I really shouldn't have broken it.
You-
Aren't
you
you
really
glad that you
shouldn't
picked the
have.
Giants?
Yeah, that was a decision.
Mm.
Fight Pit, Rob and Crendor just can't agree on the Steelers and have now disagreed on 38 of their 97
Wow.
games, 40%. While Rob won this time, Crendor has the slight edge all time, winning 55.1% of their disputes.
That's hilarious. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. There's got to be some other weird things like that. Also, I love the emote.
It
Yeah,
digs up
that's
y'all's
great.
angry emotes. That's real good.
Yeah, that's so good.
Back in the saddle. This is the first time Bear has ever picked the Texans in the month of September.
Yeah, it checks out.
This is also the first time anyone but Randy has picked the Texans in week 1.
Go Houston.
That's pretty fun.
I mean,
Yeah.
we all picked Houston this
They're
week.
actually
yeah.
good now.
They're actually
They're
good
gonna
now.
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be the fucking playoffs.
Randy's in the bear market. Randy continues his
Mhm.
dominance predicting the Bears. He now has correctly predicted the last 9 Bears games.
Damn.
What's that say
Okay.
under the coin? I can't read the tiny
It says,
text.
yes, I know bear markets are actually bad, so technically this isn't an appropriate name for the stat, but I appreciate him committing to it all the same.
That is pretty funny.
I mean, I also appreciate the dice. Look. you
Yeah,
even
man,
do
all
it.
the
Yeah.
little details, dude.
Yeah.
This is so good. So
It is
Yet
so good.
again, Pixelhaven came to play this year.
He did.
seriously.
Um,
MVP of the podcast picks it.
Oh, without a well,
MVP.
right underneath Randy, obviously.
I mean,
Of
Randy,
course,
of
yeah.
course. I mean, come on.
Yeah. And now it's time for Pick'ems.
Oh, do we want to do a fantasy recap this year? We want to say like how we all did
Yeah, we
this
can do a
week?
fantasy
Yeah,
recap.
yeah.
No.
Fantasy.
I don't want to either. I'm with you, but
Well, because we have some we have some
We
fucking
gotta talk about
we have
fantasy.
some returning faces here in fantasy this year.
So,
don't
we do.
Currently, number 1 is Master Profits Madmen, who is 1-0 and scored 147 points.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that
Which
was,
is a lot of
monstrous.
points.
That was behind the efforts of Mike Evans, Lamar Jackson, Alvin Kamara, and New Orleans kicker Blake
Oh,
Griffin.
yeah. Groupie.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Then we have KJ Sandwich's 123-point team. Fiza's fullback, so I believe is the returning.
Yep.
Yep.
123 points. Milwaukee Misfits, 119 points. Then myself up there, 118 points. 1-0.
Wait, they actually, I lied. I thought they were the ones that lost because of CMC, but they actually swapped in the backup at the last second.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
nice.
damn,
Yeah.
nice.
How
Good
did
play,
how
good
do you,
play.
you can do that? How do you do
Yeah.
that?
I mean,
You
as
can
long
swap
as
it
the
whenever you
player
want.
hasn't played yet, yeah, you can just
Yeah.
swap them off the player list.
I thought you had to like do a whole waiver thing or whatever.
You do normally,
Oh.
but if their game hasn't happened yet that week, then you can just swap them in the real
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Oh.
But you can only swap with like you can't swap out players that have played if
Right?
they're
Yeah,
already on
it's both your
roster.
player and the player you're trying to swap in have to have
Yeah.
not played their game yet.
Hmm.
That's pretty wild, actually.
Yeah, that's nuts.
And then Rob, also 114 points, 1-0. Then we have the losers. LA Gustop. 0-1 with 113
Welcome to the league,
points.
bitch.
the chef man.
He's the guy. LA Gustop, I want to apologize if you're listening for beating you by less than 1 point,
Mhm.
and largely because Puka Nakua got injured.
Yep.
So but them's the breaks, bitch.
Yep. The chef
sorry.
men, 106 points. Torax Saints, 104 points. The Jordan Love Shack, 100 points, which that's who I played against. By the way, if he would have played Jaden Reed and there's somebody else he could have played. I believe Xavier Worthy. Yeah, he would have easily won. So thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played Amon-Ra St. Brown and Marvin Harrison Jr. for a collective 5 points.
Yep. Thank God. And then Apollo at 99 points and Bear at 98, the only sub 100 point story
Yeah.
games.
Why
In
you gotta
hindsight,
say
I
it
don't know
like
why
that?
I suggested we do this. This was a mistake.
I mean, you'll have a better week.
I mean,
I
you
had
could have a little
99
post-mortem.
I had 100 points with Joe Burrow and Ayuk both getting 8 points collectively. So like I actually had a decent week outside of those two really good players having terrible weeks.
My prayer that the combined forces of Derrick Henry, DeAndre Hopkins, and DK Metcalf would somehow age in reverse a couple of years didn't really pan out as well as I wanted it to.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp did though.
Cooper Kupp sure did. Yeah, that's certainly working out. That's a nice little third round pickup for me. But I'm gonna need some more help beyond that now. That's for damn sure.
Yep. I got my 5 running backs sitting here pretty good.
Yeah, I'm feeling a little worried about the rest of the season there after Master Profits 147 points.
Yep.
I mean, there's usually a week one team like that. But
shout out to Fairbairn, the Houston kicker, who got me 17 points.
yeah, shout out to
Nice.
fucking Jake Moody who put up 26 on my ass last night. Thanks for that, asshole, taking all my goddamn hope away.
And hey, let us know in the comments, by the way, if you guys are doing your own fantasy stuff. Has anybody set up independent leagues in our Discord?
I think so.
Yeah, I think I had one
Oh,
going last
cool.
year.
Yeah, I think they do have one.
You should
Bear,
you guys should keep us updated in the comments on how your
Mhm.
leagues are going.
I
Yeah,
got good
keep
news,
us
Barrett. We
updated.
play each other this
Yeah, I was
week.
gonna mention that.
Somebody's gotta win.
Oh.
At least one of us is not going to be winless next week.
Yep.
Unless we
The
tie,
other
that
will
would suck.
Right, yeah. That would be. Has that ever happened in fantasy?
I've been in a fantasy league with a tie. Yeah, it's,
Wow.
Really?
it's wild, but it has happened.
It's also like even if you lose a game, as long as you score a lot of points, it still boosts you up in the
True.
stats.
Yeah. And that's really important late in the season
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's how I got
Often
into the
determines
playoffs
seeding.
last season. Yeah, it was the
Mhm.
seeding
Yep.
for my points.
And now it's time for Pick'ems.
Pick'ems!
Pick'ems.
That's our Pick'ems chicken. That's a new
Yeah,
mascot
I like
we got
that.
there.
Yeah.
He says
This week's assistant coach is Blood Vendor, who was in our fantasy league last year. And they are currently 10-6 on the season.
nice.
So
Shout out to the
same as
assistant
me.
coaches over on patreon.com/3guysinabear. Thank you for the
Thank
support.
you again, by the way,
Thank
for
you
that.
again.
And also, if you want to see the stat book, that's over on the Patreon as
Oh
well.
yeah.
It is. It's a big stat book.
It's so wild. It's a compendium.
It's
like
got
the
literally
Library of Alexandria. Of
Yeah.
football
you
stats.
conceive of a stat that you want from this show. It exists in that
Yeah.
stat book.
Pixel Haven yet
Yeah.
again.
Here we go, folks. Bills Dolphins Thursday night.
Oh, what a
That's-
hard
Oh,
one.
that's
good.
tough.
Actual good Thursday game.
Give me Miami here. Give me Miami at home.
All mateys.
The Bucks aren't playing in this one.
Yeah.
I
I don't know who to pick.
I don't know if it's going to
Yeah,
help you
that's-
guys. This is a bold lock from our assistant coach right out of the gate here. He's locking the Bills.
He's
Really?
a Bills fan.
Okay,
I
okay,
see.
that makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
He's a Bills fan.
Bills hate Dolphins.
That's
Also,
do.
Bills hate
Yep.
Jets.
Yep,
And Bills
true.
really hate the Patriots. So
Without a doubt.
they
I'll
hate a
take
lot
the
of people.
Bills.
All right.
I'm you know what? I'm gonna take the Bills too.
Oh man, that
Give
makes
me
me
the
want to take the
1v4, Rob.
Dolphins. So that,
No,
okay,
give me the
fine.
1v4,
All
Rob.
right, you know what? My gut is Bills, so it's Bills.
Woo!
All right. 49ers Vikings.
Niners.
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 Is CMC
I-
coming back for this game? It doesn't
Who
matter.
cares?
But,
Yeah,
yeah,
it really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take. I'm really just figuring out if I want to lock this. I'm gonna lock.
I was
the
going to
Niners.
say, yeah, I might lock it if you don't
I'm
lock
locking
it.
the
Yeah.
Niners here.
that's
Yeah.
fair.
There you go. All right.
Dude, I don't know. You're letting Sam Darnold come in. For
I
your,
don't
push
care. The
shoot.
49ers are.
Yeah, I'm picking these Niners until they lose, man. I did it last year. I'm
Yeah.
doing it again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Seahawks Patriots.
Oh,
Bloodvinder has picked the Pats here. He believes.
wow.
I think
I
the Pats
mean-
are bad and we've all been fooled. I'm picking the Hawks.
Yeah, I agree.
It is a. Wait, who's the? Is it Patriots at home?
Yep.
Yeah.
You picking the Pats? You sound like you're gonna pick the Pats.
No, I can't do it. Seahawks.
All
Geno
right.
season. It's Geno
Yes,
season.
sir.
Yeah.
It's Geno season, baby.
Go
I'm going Hawks.
Seahawks. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going Seahawks. Oh boy.
Oh,
Giants,
oh.
Commanders.
This is
I-
a difficult game to pick for a
I
different reason.
concede.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Hogs.
Yeah, I'll go Hogs.
Oh. No,
Yeah,
I also
Bloodbender
refuse
going
to
Giants
call them
here.
Hogs. They don't deserve that title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree with you there.
That's true.
I'll
yeah.
pick the Commanders.
Take it, Rob. Take it, Rob.
I mean,
This is a juicy 1v4, brother. Although I guess our assistant coach also went Giants.
yeah, he could keep it. I'll take the Commander.
All right, here he goes.
Chargers, Panthers.
Chargers.
Chargers.
Do I dare lock the Chargers 2 weeks in a row? I feel like I shouldn't do that just for the sake of podcast variety, but I am pretty tempted to just lock against the Panthers every week at this point.
I mean, I was
Yeah.
gonna lock the
Easy
Chargers,
one.
but I thought someone else would, so I just took the
I was
49ers.
considering doing it too.
I have something
honestly.
else I want to lock, but you can have this one.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take a normal pick here. We'll just pick the Chargers.
Yeah, I might double back to this one though.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
That's a sweep.
Mhm.
Saints,
see
Cow-
going Chargers as well.
Boys.
Saint Cows.
The
Saint-
boys.
His Holiness Saint Cow.
Saints are about to have a rude awakening.
Dude, I'll
I mean,
tell you what.
I'd love for the Cowboys to lose.
I
but
tell you what.
Tell you what, I'm gonna go Saints.
Oh,
Wow.
It's the
shit.
first
Wow.
bad Crendor pick of the
Let's
season.
go. Official bad Crendor
Official
Now,
bad
if
Crendor
ever
pick.
we needed a soundbite for something, that one begs for it. man.
Yeah, Cowboys.
Yeah, give it the boys here. AC went with the boys as well.
Uh-huh.
Colts, Packers.
Colts.
Colts.
Oh, give me the Colts. Yeah, absolutely. Anthony Richardson lit it up.
I'm sorry, Crendor.
It's fine. I understand. I actually want to take the Colts as well, but I'm going to show my full hopium huffing, and I'm going to take
Yep.
Packers.
There we go.
And yes,
See,
But
that's why it was
believe
the right
me,
one. It stuck.
I will
Sorry,
not
man.
be shocked at all if they lose. Browns,
There's another
Jaguars.
sweep there.
Jags. Fuck the Browns. I don't care.
Yeah,
Yep.
Jaguars.
Yeah,
Amen to that, dude.
Jags.
Yeah,
No
Jaguars.
explanation needed.
Yep.
I mean, the
Full sweep.
Jags, honestly, they're not like they lost,
That's
but they're
what I
no
said. I don't
slouch
think
team.
they're bad.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think.
know.
I mean, I think
think
that
they're
they're.
Genuinely better than
Middling.
the Browns.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
they're better than the Browns. That's the thing. I think the Browns are shit turds, and
Yeah.
the
I don't think-
Jaguars are middle of the pack.
Yeah, I don't think the Jaguars are going to win the division, but I think they're a wild card team.
Maybe. I could see them getting into.
I mean,
the
they just
wild
competed
card.
with the Dolphins. The Dolphins are a playoff team.
Yeah, true.
I don't know. Jets, Titans,
Jets.
Jets. I will not take the Titans after watching them.
Yeah, I think y'all told me I gotta go Jets. I don't think the Titans can win a game, dude.
All right.
You doing it?
All right. Yep. I'll take them. Take the Jets.
There you
All
go.
right. Fuck
Jets,
it.
Jets, Jets.
We're giving
no.
I will
we're giving our
say-
assistant coach the 1v4 here with his Titans pick.
I will say for the Titans, their defense is good. It's just everything else is not. It's the problem.
Yeah. Well, our defense is bad, but also it was playing against the Niners, so maybe it'll
Yeah.
be good against the Titans.
Yeah.
I think it will. I don't know how it couldn't be. If you're bad against the Titans, I will never pick the Jets.
Yeah,
Uh,
no, that'll be if the actually, you know what? This is a good like you know, milestone
Yeah.
mark for the
This-
Jets here.
Yeah.
Like if the Jets can't win this game, then I am picking against them the rest of the
You
season.
can give up. Yeah.
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 Buccaneers Lions.
That's
a
the
good game.
Lions for me,
That's a
baby.
playoff game. Actually, the Lions
Yeah,
have
it
played
is.
both their playoff teams and for 2
Yeah, what
weeks.
the hell? Do they play the Niners next week? Like, what's
Yeah,
going
like,
on?
what is this?
They have a tough schedule, I think, right?
Mm.
Weren't they saying that in the game?
Let's
I think they do,
see.
yeah. They play the Cardinals next week. Okay, that's not as
That's-
bad.
Okay.
And then
Not
they
an
play
easy game.
Seahawks Monday night after that.
Yeah, I mean neither of those are super easy.
Yeah. I'm gonna take the Lions.
Yeah, I'll take the Lions too.
Oh,
home
hell
game.
yeah. Give me that 1v4. I'll take the Bucks.
Oh, Baker
Oh.
Mayfield, shake and bake.
Yum, yum, yum.
Raiders Ravens.
I'm locking the Ravens.
I'm ready to do it now. I
Oh.
wasn't ready. I was ready the game before, and then I wasn't ready when it counted.
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens.
Yeah, Ravens. Yeah.
Ravens sweep. All right.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Rams, Cardinals.
Rams
It
Cardinals.
sounded like the beginning of that Popeye song. Or,
I'm
was
gonna
it
take
Popeye
the
song?
Cardinals again.
Where are y'all going?
I'm gonna take the. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Rams. Yeah,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
because they lost Puka and that stinks.
did.
But they have Matt Stafford.
Yep. Boy. Bloodvinner went Cardinals. I'm gonna keep believing in the Cards. Yeah, I mean, I gotta root for Kyler. He's my QB on fantasy for God's sake. I
Yeah,
need him to do
yeah.
something.
I'm gonna go Rams.
I
Alright.
do also want the Rams to win because I have their running back
That's-
as my starter.
Chiefs Bengals.
Chiefs.
Yeah, Chiefs.
Chiefs
yeah.
easy.
I might
That's
even
sweet.
lock it. Might
That's the safe
consider
lock.
locking it,
Yeah,
Might be
Yeah,
the day, yeah.
I'll
It's
be-
not a safe lock,
Yeah,
but
it's
not
the
a
Bengals
super
pretty
safe.
Lock, dude.
yeah, but
the
yeah.
Bengals could just decide and remember they're good again. But
They could.
you know.
I'll
Yeah.
just
Well, Chiefs though.
it's the Chiefs, but I could
Yeah.
see the Bengals put up a fight in this one, taking it.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
Is everybody Chiefs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Chiefs sweep.
Uh,
Chiefs as
Broncos Steelers.
This scares me because I'm getting Tebow flashbacks. Like Bo Nix looked like shit. It's a home game for Denver. It should be an easy Steelers win. Uh-oh.
I'm taking
Yeah.
the Steelers. I still don't.
I'm gonna
like
take the
Broncos.
Steelers, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Steelers sweep.
Yeah.
Even
Who-
after all that.
You know what? I'm just realizing now. I don't know shit about the Broncos right now. They have been struck from my
They have
mind.
Bo Nix.
I-
Oh, Knicks. Yeah,
Bo
that's all you need to know.
Nix.
Cortland
Yeah, Bo
Sutton,
Nix.
Pat Surtain.
Who's the head coach?
Peyton.
John
Wilson.
Peyton,
Bronco.
Peyton Manning?
John
Peyton-
Bronco.
John Bronco's doing
Sean
it?
Payton. Sean
All
Payton.
right,
Sean
I'm
Payton.
taking the Broncos. No,
Hey.
yeah, I'm taking the Steelers. But all right, that's right, Sean Payton,
Yeah, Sean Payton. They call him John Bronco sometimes.
John Bronco. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. He changed his name legally.
Bears Texans.
Texans.
Lock in the Houston Texans.
Yeah,
mother-
Fuck.
taking the Texans. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
These
the
all these
Texans.
last picks are kind of easy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then Eagles Falcons.
Eagles.
Everybody.
Eagles.
Eagles, everybody.
I mean, okay, so I still have to lock.
Yep.
Okay.
Eagles are an option.
Chargers are
Chiefs.
an option.
Yep.
Yeah, Chiefs and Chargers. What do you guys?
Mhm.
I'd
I
probably
would
go-
lock the Chargers.
I'd probably
Chargers is
lock the
big.
Chargers.
I would personally go Eagles, but I'm good either way.
I think that I will go for the Eagles.
All right.
I'm actually going to change my lock to the Chargers.
Wow, what was your lock before?
49ers.
Yeah.
But
Niners.
I'm changing it.
Yep.
I
Oh, that
genuinely
may-
thought someone was going to lock the Chargers, so I didn't lock that one initially. But now nobody did, so I'm like, screw it, I'll take that.
That's all you, buddy.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Here we go,
But it's
Randy.
the Chargers.
Randy.
Randy time. Randy has selected the Buffalo Bills,
Mm-hmm.
the
Okay.
49ers,
Mm-hmm.
Smart.
the Seahawks,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
the Giants,
Mm.
Oh, okay.
the Panthers.
No,
Oh,
no,
Randy.
The
He
Cowboys.
counterlocked you.
He counterlocked me. Well,
Yep.
he counterpicked me.
Yeah, he counterpaid.
The Packers. He's joined me.
Whoa.
The Browns. Come on,
Randy,
Randy.
Randy, what's the matter with you?
The Titans. What are you doing?
Randy.
Randy.
The Lions. All right.
Mm.
The Ravens. Okay.
Smart,
Okay.
yeah.
Rams.
Good move.
Sure.
The Bengals.
Randy.
Oh, wait, what was
What's
his?
he
What was
doing?
his thing? What was his thing?
What?
What?
Oh, it's the Bears game. Sorry, I was looking at his the bonus stats.
Oh.
He's got
Oh,
he's
yeah,
correctly
right, right.
predicted the
every
Bears.
time.
Oh, give me
Uh,
that Texans pick then, Randy. Come on, buddy.
He picks the Steelers. He
Okay.
picks the Bears.
No,
Randy!
Oh boy.
He has picked 9 straight Bears games.
This is he breaks his streak
And
this
then he
week,
picks
dude.
the Eagles.
I ain't tripping on that Texans lock. No, sir.
He has the lock. He has the lock.
It's the lock. It's the lock. It's the lock.
Look while the song's going.
Oh no, he's broken. He broke him.
He broke. He locked the
Someone
Lions.
restart the AI.
Lions lock. All right, I like
Lions
that.
lock. There it is. Thanks for listening. Check out the Discord, Patreon. Here's all the patrons. They're up on the screen. Look at those patrons.
Thank you,
Unbelievable
patrons.
support. Thank
Thank
you,
you.
patrons. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.
The
Bye-bye.
outro is
Ba-da-da-da-da.
so bad.